Hi Mumketeers, Andy here. We'll get started with our Dadnapped episode in a second, but first I just want to remind you that we have a live show coming up on Thursday the 31st of July at the Islington Assembly Hall in London, where Luke and I will be breaking down Money Plane, which is a zero-budget, straight-to-streaming film about a magic crime plane that stars Kelsey Grammer, the pro wrestler Edge, and all three Lawrence brothers, probably making it a canonical sequel to Jumping Ship. If you'd like to come along to what is bound to be a totally unhinged evening, then tickets are going fast at tinyurl.com/MCC Moneyplane. See you there. On with the show. I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello everybody and welcome to Mum Can't Cook, a decom podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Westaway.
And I'm the other host, Andy Farrington. Luke, I need you to be cool about this.
Okay, yes, I will be.
Okay,
Whatever it is.
Promise you'll be cool about it before I tell you what it is.
Oh, that's a hard thing to ask, but yes, I promise.
You promise? Okay.
Yes.
All right, I've kidnapped a dad. Let me explain. The dad in question is Ira Glass, the host of popular podcast This American Life. And what I figured we would do, Luke, is we would ask him to fix our podcast with his podcasting expertise. You said you were fine with it.
And I am.
Good.
I am so fine with it. That's great. What's the plan for afterwards? Won't Ira Glass tell the police? Do I want to know what the plan for afterwards is?
There simply isn't a plan for afterwards, Luke.
I promised I'd be cool with it.
And also, I'm looking at Ira Glass's Wikipedia page now, and it seems he doesn't have any children. So not really a dad napping, just more of a regular kidnapping. Which is, I think, a worse crime.
It's not a kid, so it's just a napping.
Just a napping. And there's no law against napping.
There's no law against napping.
People do it all the time, Ira.
If there was, chain me up.
Yeah, so don't you look stupid now, Ira Glass. Yeah, all right, well, okay, fine. I guess this whole plan is, let's just throw him out the back of the van from which we podcast.
Yeah.
And we can just do the podcast. We can just do the
Cross
podcast
as many state lines as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Just zigzagging across the continental United States.
All right, let me just roll. Bye, Mr. Glass. Love your work. I guess we'll just have to do our regular rubbish podcast that we do.
A problem rolled out the back of a truck is a problem halved, I always say.
Wait, yeah, he did go in half when he hit the asphalt, but that's probably fine. Just walk that off.
It's weird, Andy, that you thought to kidnap Ira Glass, because that's actually quite similar to the plot of the decom we're covering today, which is Dadnapped.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't realised. That's coincidence.
2009? 2009?
Yes, 2009. So you may remember there was a significant WGA Writers Guild of America strike between 2007 and 2008.
Yes.
Which, according to the IMDb trivia for this movie, it affected this movie quite badly. And I think you can tell.
Oh my god. Yeah, that brings things into sharp focus. Yeah, this one's really, really bad. Do you know what it is? There's a sense of whiplash from going from last time doing Max Keeble's big move/movie.
Yeah.
Which is from 2001 and has this sort of manic Malcolm in the Middle energy, to go to 2009. They've had how many more years of decoms to figure it out?
8 more years of decoms to get this right.
To get it right, and you get this one, which is striving for the same colourful, manic teen energy, but completely misses the mark. I mean, completely.
Yeah,
this movie's idea.
So aimless, so meandering.
So aimless. Yeah,
so, very, very little happens in this movie. Not enough to fill 90 minutes of film. It's just people driving around in circles.
Yes. There is
90 minutes.
It's like they're driving around in circles as they make the film.
The non-union writer we got is churning out some pages next door. Just circle the van and we'll film all this. This is the movie.
Oh my God. This movie only has one joke, and it does it over and over again. And the joke is, what if someone got sprayed hard in the face with stinking fluids?
That does happen a lot, yeah.
There's like an unbelievable amount, and it increases as the film goes on.
As they get more and more desperate, they're like, "Oh, it'll be funnier if it's like 6 times as much stinking fluid." Won't it?
Let me tell you what's cheaper than a writer: stinking fluids.
Stinking fluid. Well, actually, this is very expensive. For it to be non-toxic, it's very expensive.
Non-union stinking fluids.
Where did I say it had to be non-toxic?
Oh my god. Okay, right. Let's hear the advert for it.
Okay.
And then you'll be excited.
Dad?
We're winning this contest, and we'll let you go.
Her school break
Bunch of kids took him?
just turned into his rescue mission.
You're totally ruining my vacation. Feisty. I like it.
What's the plan?
Hit the brakes!
It's an all-new Disney Channel original movie. Starring Emily Osment with an all-star Disney Channel cast. David Henry, Jason Earl, Moises Arias, and Phil Lewis. As you've never seen them before in the Disney Channel original movie, Dadnapped, coming next month to Disney Channel.
The director of this directed a bunch of other DCOMs.
Good ones?
You know, not necessarily good ones.
Which ones? Which ones?
So he directed Jump In, Read It and Weep, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, You Wish, True Confessions, The Luck of the Irish.
Some of those are good.
Yeah, he's a mainstay DCOM director.
Yeah. Some of those are good. None of them are, like, shockingly bad, I don't
Shockingly
think.
bad like Dadnapped. No.
Yeah. None of them are boring like Dadnapped.
Well, it's an awful plot. It's a sort of like Kids Bop version of Misery by Stephen King, but like not as fun as that sounds.
Well, yeah, the plot is about a kidnap, but of course, being a DCOM, it's completely toothless because there cannot be the threat of death or maiming or torture.
Like having an ear cut off and mailed somewhere. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, no one's going to get posted a hand, are they? So
no.
So it's like, what are we doing? Why do a kidnap plot when you can't sort of follow through with the main drama of a kidnap story?
And we'll get to it, but the reveal of what the villain is trying to do is the stupidest thing. I think the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, okay. What I will say is that I love a terrible villain plot, and this one absolutely has a bad plan. This also has a cast iron DCOM dad.
Oh, for
and
sure.
I love a bad DCOM dad, like I love Air. And this one is pretty enjoyably awful. He sucks. He sucks so hard.
Yeah, he's the worst. All right, let's get into it. So yeah, we open on a montage of family pictures and books featuring a character named Tripp Zoome, which bad name.
It's not spelled how you think.
No,
it's TRIPP ZOOME.
Yeah,
Tripp Zoome.
Tripp Zoome. We see a couple of his book titles. Finders Keepers is one. Zip Zoom Zilch is another one. Upbeat Pop Rock by Emily Osment is playing because she indeed is the star of the film. And this being a sort of post-High School Musical DCOM has to springboard a pop career. You know how Emily Osment is now one of the most popular recording artists in the world? This is what launched that incredible stratospheric career. Emily Osment is the sister of Haley Joel Osment and has the exact same face as him, which is...
Yeah. My next note is Cole from The Sixth Sense packs up a bag.
his sad ghost-seeing eyes look around the room.
It is filled to the gunwales with horrors. Ghouls and ghosts.
Goblins and Bruce Willis's. So she looks at a picture of herself with her parents. She smiles ruefully, indicating they're divorced. Suddenly, a weird boy is in the picture as well, with his arm around her.
Yeah.
She sort of grimaces and then looks back at the picture and the boy is gone.
Well,
but the pop song is still playing in the background, so we know, like, not to be terrified by this, but yikes.
I think I'm going to have to do an edit of this scene with different music because it is honestly a very, very effective scare. If you take out the upbeat pop rock by Emily Osment. Then the boy's gone, but then there's a sort of creepy zoom on the boy's face, but not a zoom on the photo of the boy, like a real boy.
Yeah.
It's sort of a Lynchian hard cut to something sort of similar but different.
Yeah.
It goes like, and then it's gone. Also, this is as good a time as any to mention, all the way through this movie, I think because a lot of it is in the desert, they've added in a kind of wind sound effects to a lot of scenes, like
right. A sort of howling, endless wind of despair.
But what it is the drone from The Shining. You know, the one that all the way through The Shining is going like...
Just putting you on edge throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, it's like... This whole film is really... Yeah, it's horrible. It's got shining sounds all the way through it. Anyway, she's going to school. She's at Upper Valley High. It's book report morning. Some nerd gets up. He says, my report is on Neal Morris's new Tripp Zoome book, Freeze-Dried Dreams.
Yeah. Please tell me this is a joke, says Melissa, rolling her eyes.
Yeah.
Because we're to understand that these books are written by her father. Mm-hmm. The teacher stands up. Is this some kind of joke, Mr. Zimmer? Freeze-Dried Dreams isn't out until tomorrow, he says. Thus, there is no way this boy could have the book early.
Exactly. The boy says, no, my dad is friends with a guy who works at the paper factory where they make the books. So he has a copy and he holds it up. It seems genuine. This surprises me because isn't it far more likely that he would be doing that classic lie from school? Like, my dad works at Nintendo. Mm-hmm. My dad's sort of brother-in-law works at Nintendo. And so he told me he's got an N64 early. Well, that kind of lie.
What you've got to understand is if you don't have an actual writer,
right,
and you hire someone who's sort of hanging around Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, someone hanging around Barnes and Noble should know not to use the line paper factory.
Well, they will probably get bogged down in unnecessary details, like, for example, how this boy could have the book early. Whereas...
Yes, you're right. You're right.
A writer who sort of understands things like pacing and the sort of information an audience needs would just say, yeah, I got it early.
Also, the book's release date being tomorrow is not going to be important to this film.
It's not
this book, Freeze-Dried Dreams, is never mentioned again. So why not just have this be the release day?
Yeah.
And he could be like, I queued up at midnight to get Freeze-Dried Dreams, and I've already read it.
There was a midnight launch.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. I've got the book. But it's filling time, I guess, and
I suppose
it brings us 30 seconds closer to this movie being over.
It's filling too much time in my life, certainly.
Yeah.
So, read on, Mr. Zimmer, says the teacher, delighted, and the boy begins. He seems to just be reading the book aloud rather than doing any kind of report on it.
Yeah, he starts his book report. It all started at Thor Industries. Tina was frozen with fear as the ruthless Rodolfo had her again. And then it cuts to a sort of reenactment of this scene from the book.
Yeah, like a spy scene. It's kind of Jet Jackson
style.
Energy. Yeah.
We see Tripp Zoome. He was that boy in the family picture earlier. He confronts this Rodolfo, who was carrying an angle grinder. Cool evil dude device, evil dude, says Tripp. Rodolfo snarls and runs at him, but trips over a tripwire. I've written, is that why he's called Tripp? He's always tripping people, but no, he just trips over. And then Tripp does a somersault. The bad guy crashes into some boxes, and Tripp is triumphant.
Yeah, they flee to the roof and parachute excitingly down to the ground, holding either side of a tarpaulin, which I'm 100% sure wouldn't work. This isn't over, Tripp Zoome, shouts this mysterious Rodolfo as the goodies zoom away on dirt bikes. Now, you could probably hear Andy and I skipped over that, because I imagine, like me, Andy made quite scrupulous notes, assuming that, for example, Rodolfo would be a key character, that we would be any more times going back to this sort of imagined reenactment vision.
Tina, perhaps, would be a recurring character.
But no, none of this is anything. It's just a sort of throwaway little, here's the world of Tripp Zoome. It's kind of neon-lit warehouses where bad guys kidnap people and then get tripped over. Oh, also, Rodolfo is tripped over with dental floss. In retrospect, is what's happening.
Yeah. We cut back to the classroom, and the boy giving the book report says, once again, my man Tizu muddled to safety and a humongous bash at his girlfriend's house while her parents are away for the weekend. So he's not really done a book report. He's just sort of read the book to everyone.
I love to think that is verbatim the book. That's what the dad in this film has written. Read it again and I'll imagine it on the page.
Once again, my man Tizu muddles to safety and a humongous bash at his girlfriend's house while her parents are away for the weekend.
The end.
The end.
Okay, so the whole crowd applauds. The teacher's like, hooray, another masterpiece from the mind of Neal Morris, who is, of course, he says, the father of our very own Melissa Morris. And she exhaustedly raises a hand as if to say, I hate being the daughter of the famous Neal Morris.
Yeah, the teacher describes it as an arousing and insightful analysis.
Okay.
When he just sort of read the plot.
I don't know when the teacher got aroused.
I mean, during that presumably. So the class all start chanting, "Tripp rules," and then the bell goes. It's time for vacation.
Melissa, meanwhile, observes a poster on the wall for Tripp Zoome. "Just when I forget how much you annoy me, you show up again." And then the poster comes to life in a frightening way, but in that way where like there's a static image, but they've superimposed moving lips and eyes on it, and it goes, well, like the book jacket says, "I am unstoppable." It looks horrible.
She's gone mad.
It's clear that Melissa is either haunted for real or has, like, some time ago suffered a massive psychotic break.
Yeah.
And is, like, still in the throes of it months later.
Hallucinating Tripp Zoome everywhere.
Yeah.
At home, she watches TV. There's an ad for freeze-dried dreams. It's Tripp-tastic, it says. We see that actor again. So I don't really have a handle on like if Tripp Zoome is also a TV show or a movie series or something, because they have this actor.
Yeah.
And he's in all like these promotional standees, and there's like a live action thing on the TV, but it's never referred to as a TV show or a movie. It's just a book series.
It's definitely just a book series. No one ever mentions an adaptation allowed. I can only assume that they want to keep the same boy, or maybe this boy is like, once they use it. Do you know, sometimes I'm trying to think of like an equivalent. What is this book series? If it's riffing on anything, it's like what's Stormbreakers? Alex Rider?
Oh yeah,
you know, like those books. Yeah, by Anthony Horowitz.
Like kid spy novels, kind of adventure things. Yeah.
But I don't think there's like a sort of canonical boy who's on the cover. Who's on the cover of the Alex Rider books? Isn't that the point of a book? You sort of imagine it.
Yeah, but I guess they've made these like commercials to promote the book, and they've cast a canonical boy, and the canonical boy is on the standees and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, like later in this movie, they'll introduce Tripp Zoome Con, which is like a big Tripp Zoome convention.
Yeah.
I mean, you would expect the canonical boy to attend the Tripp Zoome convention, right? He would be like one of the guests of honor.
Maybe he's disavowed his work.
What?
As Tripp Zoome.
Right. Okay.
Or maybe, more realistically, the dad doesn't want to share any glory.
Doesn't want to share the spotlight. That does sound plausible, yeah.
It does sound like this dad, yeah. This whole thing is kind of, if you listen to our episode on Read It and Weep, where she sort of starts having a serious mental break and like freely hallucinating, is from the books, kind of talking to her from every angle like Gollum. It's like that. It's like that, but from the beginning.
It's worth pointing out that every time she talks to the imaginary Tripp Zoome, it's shot at like a canted Dutch angle.
Yeah, the camera sort of tilts freely.
She's there to illustrate her descent into madness.
Yeah. But there's no descent. She's already at the bottom of the madness well.
The era of her madness.
Yeah, exactly. Also, whenever she's talking to Tripp, they'll throw in a shot of her shouting at nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they'll show in one line of the conversation where Tripp isn't there, just to make it absolutely clear that this isn't a sort of hyper-realism, heightened reality thing where she's imagining a conversation. She is shouting at nothing.
Shouting at nothing in the real world, yeah. If anyone were to observe it, that's what they'd see.
Yeah.
Maybe Tripp Zoome is dead, and like her brother Haley Joel, she just sees dead people.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Or maybe that's her sixth sense. She sees literary figures.
You see, but only one literary figure. Yeah.
Only Tripp Zoome, unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't get to choose who. I'm unfortunately haunted by Falstaff from Henry IV Part 1. Sort of drunken old aristocrat.
Unlucky.
Eating capons. Yeah.
I've got Dorian Gray. It's awesome.
Okay, nice.
Live in that.
Sort of doing wicked crimes in your in your island.
So, Mum comes into the bedroom and says, "Hello, I'm divorced."
I'm divorced, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. She sits down. We establish that they're divorced, and she says, "Look, Melissa, I know you're going on this camping trip with your dad tomorrow. Are you sure you want to go? I'm totally cool with being divorced." And Melissa says, "Yes, I'm actually really excited about the camping trip."
We get a bit of a sense of the scale of Dad's literary superstardom.
Yeah.
He's been busy with the new book and a parade in his honor and a new ice cream flavor Triple Zoome Crunch.
Okay, so Dad's a very big deal. Mm-hmm. He doesn't appear to be sending overly much of his money in the direction of his daughter and ex-wife.
Or indeed himself. I mean, when he turns up, I think he's probably just signed a really bad deal and sort of isn't making any money off this.
He's not in it for the money. He's in it to impress children.
He's dressed in JCPenney slacks.
Yeah.
And...
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Mum answers the door to a Tripp Zoome standee. Out from behind it springs likably Dad. What a great way to come round and visit your ex.
Yeah, he jumps out from behind this cutout of a canonical boy and ruffles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He says, "Hey, ex-wife," and hands her an autographed copy of the new book. She must be delighted.
Yeah. He says for this standee, he voted for the Kevlar cloaking tuxedo, but they think that this standee outfit will sell more books. So if it's a cloaking tuxedo, was it just going to be nothing on the standee? Because, I agree with the publisher in that case.
Or like just a floating head and hands.
Floating canonical boy head and hands. Yeah,
it's
job.
Easy, Barnes & Noble. You suspend the head from a thread of nylon and then suspend each hand from a thread of nylon nearby.
Each hand is on a stick that will project from the ground.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, a sort of perspex clear stick. And the whole thing gives the impression of a boy wearing a cloaking
Kevlar cloaking
Kevlar.
Oh, God.
So, over coffee with his ex-wife, Dad explains how his riotous success seems completely unstoppable. He says that Tripp's last book sold over 200,000 copies, which, as a sidebar, isn't very much. Stormbreaker, which was released in 2000, has sold over 9 million copies. And that's like, I mean, I know that's like a longer amount of time in which to do it, but also I'm not sure it is because these Tripp Zoome books have been going for like ages and ages, is the implication. This is like the 20th novel or something. Is the impression we get. But anyway, how hard would it have been to say like 5 million copies or something? Yeah. Something that sounds big.
But then he would have had to be like driving a Ferrari and stuff, which would have cost the production more money.
Yes, but then it would have made sense how he drives to a convention about his book.
Yeah, but then it also wouldn't make sense that the convention about his book is attended by about 65 people.
Yep, you're right. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I can see the position the filmmakers found themselves in.
You can see the position the guy they found hanging around the YA section of Barnes & Noble was in. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
Mum is like, "Hey, that's great about your book, but you have a daughter. You might want to ask how she is."
He's like, "Shut up about her."
She's not Tripp Zoome.
She says, "You might want to ask how Melissa is." And Dad says, "I know how she is. Psyched to go camping with her dad. Don't mess it up," cautions Mum. So Melissa runs downstairs. She hugs her dad and says, "We don't have to do this, which is a cool vibe to kick off a vacation with.
And Dad says, "No way, man. I am very excited about this camping trip," which he has for some reason arranged on the day of his book launch. It seems like poor planning. Do it the week after. How long is her vacation?
Maybe it's like, the most recent season of The White Lotus where Jason Isaacs is like, he goes away on a holiday and something horrible unfolds in his like sort of personal and business life over the course of the week, but he's got no phone, so he doesn't know. Maybe Dad's done that. He doesn't think this one's going to go down very well, so he's going off grid. He's going off
grid, so he can't see the reviews. Yeah.
So he says, "I'm 150% yours." And as they hug over his shoulder, Melissa sees the Tripp Zoome standee say, "Yeah, right." Another hateful Tripp Zoome hallucination.
Yeah, locks eyes with her and sort of words dripping with poison. He just goes,
"Yeah, right, Melissa." We cut to Dad's convertible tearing through the desert. For some reason, the Tripp Zoome standee is strapped in the back seat.
Yeah,
because I guess maybe Dad also thinks it's alive. I don't know.
Yep. It's his son. Yeah.
There's another reading of this film, which is a normal family being haunted by a standee of a boy. And he sort of gives them the great gift to write novels in his name that everyone wants to read, but also he like fills their every waking moment with nightmares.
Yeah, they keep him in the attic and he sort of degrades like Dorian Gray over time.
Yeah, it's sort
by
of
the end, all of
cardboard boy.
All of the sins of the family are painted upon the face of Tripp Zoome.
So Melissa's talking excitedly about the vacation and all the things she's packed. Dad is like, "Oh, by the way, we're not camping like I said and like you packed for."
Yeah, well, of course we're not. It's the launch day of my new book and the first day of Tripp Zoome Con. Why would I possibly go on a camping vacation, you little idiot? You little Haley Joel Osment-faced idiot.
What? I know that look.
The, camping, hiking, river rafting thing? We might need to think just a teeny little switch on that.
You can't make a switch. We made plans. I bought booze.
No. Of course we're gonna go camping.
Really?
Absolutely. It's just after we make a quick pit stop at the Mercury Zoom convention.
Dad, no.
Mel, these are my grassroots fans. The real Zoomers. I may never get a chance to meet them.
Look, all I have to do is show up, judge a contest, and then it's you and me. And all the mosquitoes we can swat.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
I think he means 3.
I think he means 3. Spider-Man whispers the cowboy cutout.
Yeah. These are my grassroots fans, insists Dad. The real Zoomers.
These 65 children.
I know why Dad didn't reveal this twist that they're not going on vacation at the house when she would have had time to pack more appropriately, because all her clothes are like camping like hiking and outdoor gear and stuff. He didn't do it because Mom would have been like, get out my house. That's an awful thing to do.
Don't get in the car with him.
Yeah.
You're not going camping, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's weird. So later on, wake up, Dad says, welcome to paradise. And we see the town in which Tripp Zoome Con is going to be held.
The town of Mercury.
It's a small, unpleasant desert town.
Yeah. This is good, says Dad.
They drive past a small cinema advertising Zoome Con. There is a modest line of nerds outside of it.
It looks like a cinema, but it's a hotel where the convention is happening.
Oh my gosh, is it? Okay, so this really confused me because I was like, okay, here's the convention centre. And then Dad is like, and now here's our hotel, having driven on a bit.
Yeah.
But you're right, it all takes place in one building, doesn't it?
It does. So I guess this is just a continuity error, but it's very confusing if you're trying to take notes. So Dad walks into this hotel. Melissa follows behind carrying the Tripp Zoome cutout. There are 16 people, I counted, who look like extras from Halloween Town. They include a man in a wetsuit, flippers and snorkel, some kind of witch, a Cleopatra, and a skeleton man.
Yeah, there's like...
Welcome to my world, says Dad, wowed by this.
There are like 3 witches. There can't be that many witches in Tripp Zoome.
There can't be that many witches in Tripp Zoome. It's a modern spy novel.
Yeah, there's also a boy with a big yellow foam sword who, like Naruto, runs across frame.
What are these books about?
These books are about yellow foam sword boy who strikes his enemies down. Yikes, says Melissa, rightfully afraid of where she is. How trip-tastic is this, says Dad, and they have to duck as a load of flung custard is flung.
Yeah, a bunch of stinking fluid is flung at them with some kind of projectile.
It doesn't look like anything. The stinking fluids in this film don't have any like texture or consistency. No. They're all just sort of coloured wetness.
Even like colour that you can associate with anything. They're a sort of like pale green.
Pale pastel. Yeah. Someone definitely mixed up the buckets wrong.
Yeah.
When they on set. It was supposed to be thicker and chunkier. It doesn't look like anything.
So they meet the desk clerk at this hotel who rejoices in the unlikely name of Merv Kilbo.
Merv Kilbo.
Again, you sir, hanging around the YA aisle at Barnes & Noble. What's a good character name? Merv Kilbo?
Merv Kilbo.
Jesus
we got it.
Christ. Well, I guess, I guess we're using it. But,
although it has just put the name Kilbo Baggins in my head, which...
But I mean, he is a short man, this Merv Kilbo.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with the concept of Kilbo Baggins, but I'm sure it'll be good.
That's it, yeah.
I'm imagining a mechanised arm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Merv Kilbo has a white suit and a great big quiff.
He's like a 1950s lounge singer vibe to him.
Yes, but he looks like he's about 14.
He's like, okay, this is a deep cut, but he reminds me of Conroy Bumpus from Sam and Max Hit the Road.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He's a diminutive little country western lounge singer guy.
Yeah. That's the energy.
Yeah.
He seems very surprised and shocked and excited to see Neal Morris, the famous author, here at his hotel, even though Neal Morris must have booked this hotel and he must have known that this convention happening in his hotel
is about the books of Neal Morris. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just... his hotel that he owns. He's like, whoa, what's going on here? Some kind of Neal Morris convention.
Hey, this explains all the Neal Morris fans who are hurling stinking fluids around my lobby. So, wow, this is like crazy, man, he says, and he offers Neal the presidential suite. Like it's a special treat, but presumably he paid for the presidential suite.
The presidential suite.
Yeah, we see...
Nothing but the best for you, Daddy, he says.
Okay.
Which is an odd energy.
Dad, by the way, is not fazed by any of this. He's like, this all seems good to me. And the reason it seems good to Dad is because he is currently enjoying the fawning adulation of a load of children who think his books are the absolute shit. This is what Dad gets up for in the morning.
This is why he does it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is his drugs. He's so happy right now. He loves all this.
We see that someone is observing Dad over a book, like spying on him. And then a boy comes up and says, "Hey, Neal, sign my skull," holding up a plastic skull. How do skulls feature in this spy novel? We don't really know, but apparently enough that someone wants a skull signed.
Yeah, maybe there's a classic Tripp trap prank where...
It's such Halloween Town energy, this whole convention, and yet the books are spy books.
It's just, it's so transparently just what they could get quickly on the day.
From a Halloween store in town.
Yeah, it's easier to get Halloween stuff, isn't it, than to get spy stuff. What even is that? That's nebulous.
Well, there was the guy in the wetsuit with the flippers. He was a sort of frogman. That's almost something.
Yep, that's one.
And then there's three witches.
I mean, if you could get a kid with like a jetpack, that would look like a spy thing. But obviously, you can't do that. It sounds expensive to make.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of more sort of James Bondy sort of tropes. You could probably have just like a boy in a suit. That would be one.
Yeah.
Maybe like a cat. Like a sort of Bond villain cat. Yeah. Someone could have a cat.
Yeah. Someone could be making love to a succession of beautiful women. That's a sort of James Bond thing, isn't it?
That could be happening in the lobby. Okay.
While stinking fluids fire around behind them.
This whole thing is a conceptual nightmare. Okay. Yeah. So Dad happily skips over into the crowd to get mobbed by teens, and we see a boy lean out from a bank of payphones. The package has arrived, he growls down the phone.
Yeah.
This boy is Sheldon, although this is one of those decoms where they don't tell you anyone's names, so I'm telling you now. So that you don't have to wonder. This is Sheldon. This boy's called Sheldon.
Yeah.
On the other end of the line, we see another boy in some kind of control center.
Yeah. His name is Wheeze. But I think WHEEZE rather than WEES.
Yeah.
I think it's a nickname based on breathing rather than a nickname based on urination.
Based on weeing.
Yeah.
This boy Wheeze.
Eyes on the prize. We're winning this contest. You got me, says Wheeze. Yeah, I got you, says Sheldon.
Yeah.
Wheeze is playing a word game called Word Wham. It's a kind of 3D Scrabble thing.
Yeah.
He has the word Zoom on it, but also the words grieve, sag, pig, step, and seed.
Yeah.
I was like, are these clues to the plot?
I sure hope not. There's no good combination of... What were the words again?
Grieve, sag, pig, step, and seed.
Yep. No, there are very, very,
very few.
There are no good combinations of those words.
No. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be like, it's going to say Zoom, and it's going to say kidnap, and it's going to say win, and it's going to say...
contest.
Yeah, prize, glory.
Motivations.
But no, they put Zoom in there, and then they got pig and seed in there as well. So good.
How much word score do you get for pig seed? Okay, we cut back to the hotel where Merv Kilbo shows Dad and Melissa the presidential suite. It is one teeny tiny room, a comedically small room with 2 single beds and a lava lamp. I would be on the phone to my mum already, being like, come pick me up.
I'd be on the phone to my agent if I was the dad. But yeah, fine.
Yeah, right. Dad probably didn't book this himself, did he?
No, it was probably all arranged through his management team.
It's weird that Dad's all alone here. He doesn't have any kind of...
There's no security.
I mean, he needs some security because everywhere he goes, children are... In fact, the publisher or him seems to have... we'll get onto it, but they've set up some kind of conceit where he is attacked non-stop by fans and trying to... You win a contest by, like, attacking him.
Attacking him in a book-appropriate way. Yeah.
Okay.
Later on, Dad is debating minuscule details of his novels with a bunch of insufferable pedantic nerds like he enjoys.
Yes, he's loving it. We see a nervous man, a grown man. His name is Skunk.
A huge man.
A huge man. He looks, and this wouldn't have been a problem for the filmmakers, but he looks distractingly like Michael Shannon, who is one of the most frightening actors working.
He does. He's played by the actor Charles Halford, who you might recognise from the first season of True Detective, where he played Reggie Ledoux, the brutal drug-dealing child molester.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, he's very frightening.
He is very frightening, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Skunk. Oh, poor sweet Skunk. So scary. Okay, cool. Right, yeah. So, yeah, he's got a stripe of, like, peroxide hair, which I guess is why he's called Skunk.
Skunk, sure.
But in any case, he comes up to Neal to get his book signed, then scuttles back to another man who's called Maurice, and he's excited to have got his book signed, but Maurice chides him. We're not here to get autographs. Go, 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 go. And he sort of hustles Skunk along. But where? What's going on?
Maurice is played by Phil Lewis, he was in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. In fact, a lot of the actors in this film are from other Disney shows, Wizards of Waverly Place, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, those kinds of things. So it is a pretty good cast of Disney staples.
Yes, yeah, I thought for sure you were going to say Maurice is from True Detective Season 2.
Yeah, he plays the king in yellow, yeah.
Okay, so Melissa observes all of this. Suddenly, a man Mission Impossible's down from the ceiling on ropes, scaring her. Made it myself, he says to her, right from the plot of Trip in Time. She says, why have you done this? And he...
Why have you done this? You're an adult man.
Yeah.
These are children's books.
He explains the premise of this contest taking place. Whoever is Zoome enough wins the prize. Yes, declares Dad, striding over, approving of this man who's roped himself to the ceiling. The ultimate fan prize. Be a character in my next book.
And the opportunity to read it before it's published. I worship at your feet, Neal, says the guy in the sex harness. No need for that, says Dad.
We also find out that Tripp Zoome's catchphrase is floss, like the single word floss.
But as a sort of like triumphant floss.
Floss.
Yeah, so they never explain this properly, but it seems like I've gleaned through sort of clues that the dad used to be a dentist before he started writing Tripp Zoome books.
It is a throwaway line. Right, is that why? Because I was going to say Tripp Zoome seems weirdly themed around oral hygiene. Like, there's a lot of...
He uses dental floss a lot as a sort of weapon.
Yeah, there's like other bits and pieces, like everything, like many of his pranks and trips and traps seem to kind of be centered around, like, you know, household chemicals.
But cleverly, they never sort of tell you that or explain it.
Very clever. It's so that it rewards a repeat viewing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So Melissa sensibly is like, I hate everything about this. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
So that it's not happening to me anymore.
A boy dressed as a plant is seen by Melissa.
She says, I see you. And
I see that you're a plant boy. And he says, yes.
Yes. I guess I'm not Zoom enough.
like from the book Trip and the Plant Boy.
Yeah, Trip and the Plant Boy who was seen.
He was unseen and then became seen.
Next morning, Melissa asks Dad about dinner plans that day. She says that there's a cool restaurant she's found, Grisham Lodge. You can dine behind a waterfall. Fun, says Dad. In fact, that's a good idea for my next book, he says unbearably.
Trip battles piranha behind a waterfall of toxic sludge. These books sound like garbage I've written.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm a writer. I'm always on the prowl for new material. Trip demands it.
I just want to kick him so hard.
Just want to kick his head in.
I've never wanted to specifically kick through the TV and kick a character so bad. Like, not only is he a bad decom dad ignoring Melissa, but he's also like...
An insufferable dick.
An insufferable dick. And he's like, oh, honey, I'm a writer. Brackets of extremely bad
children's adventure novels.
Adventure novels. I'm always on the prowl for new material. You wouldn't understand. He's walking around like Alan Wake.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, you wouldn't understand the tortured mind of a writer, always seeking the new, the spark, the creative idea.
Yeah. This David Walliams MF writing this like garbage. And then he's like Ernest Hemingway over here cradling a tumbler of whiskey.
Yeah. Trip demands it, Dad says, of his constant hunger for new material. Yeah. She says, Dad, you sort of talk as if Trip is real. He is real to me, says Dad. He has to be.
Finally, I have a child, he says.
Yeah, he said finally. And Melissa looks sad. Dad notices that his daughter is sad and says, look, okay, here's a deal. You pack, I pop downstairs and pick a contest winner and we'll be on the road by noon. You mean it, says Melissa. I mean it, promises Dad, and the camera pans fatefully down to a clock, which is not a good sign.
1:15 p.m. it says.
Yeah.
They're downstairs. Melissa is unimpressed. It's an hour and 15 minutes past departure time, and they're not even. He hasn't even judged the contest yet.
No.
It's time for the announcement, says Dad. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here with all of you. And everyone cheers. And then he catches Melissa's eye, shamefaced.
It's such an odd thing to do. Why would he say, I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying right here with you in the middle of... It'd be like if you went to a Comic-Con panel and Doug Cockle walked out and took his seat and said, like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, David Tennant was like, hey, I've done my panel, but guess what? I'm not leaving the stage. I'm staying right here with all of you.
Because Dad hasn't finished his thing. Dad hasn't, he's not judged the contest yet. So it'd be like David Tennant answering one question at the panel and then saying, hi, sorry, can I just say, I'm not leaving right now.
I think to be fair, if David Tennant did do that at Comic-Con, the crowd would lose their mind. And
that's true.
They'd be like, thank you so much, David Tennant, for not leaving after one question. We didn't even realise that was possible, but now that you've raised it as a possibility, we're glad it isn't happening.
Elsewhere in Comic-Con, all the other panellists realise it's acceptable to leave after one question.
A sudden rush as everyone files out the door.
Charles Martinet just sort of sidling back to the green room.
Wahoo, he says, as he leaves. He's not leaving before the announcement. Everyone's very excited. The next superfan is introduced. It's Bobby O from Cincinnati. The Tripp cutout comes to life to be a dick to Melissa, and she turns it around to face the wall. So in walks Wheeze into the room. He's the boy from the phone earlier who was playing Word Wham. He bumps into Melissa. They sort of verbally joust. She calls him a Nimrod. He says, real mature. And then they discover a mutual love of Word Wham. You're a whammer, he says. Regional Wears 2 years in a row, she brags.
That's right.
Yeah.
They share a love of this fictional Scrabble Word Wham game.
Vowel power, says Wheeze. I'd love to stay and compare strategies, but business calls. Whatever, says Melissa. And then we see a tiny homunculus goes, nice. Get her digits. This tiny boy is the brother of Wheeze.
Is he the brother?
His name is Andre.
Okay.
He's Andre's brother. Yeah, I can't believe we're related, says this little homunculus fellow.
Yeah.
He's played by Moises Arias, who you might recognise as Norm, Lucy's brother from the Fallout TV series.
Wow! Oh my god, you're right. This is a stacked cast.
I know, isn't it?
It's incredible.
But yeah, he's just a tiny little guy.
Yeah. But we have had the meet cute between Wheeze and Melissa, bumping into each other, seemingly antagonistic, sharing a love of Word Wham. Okay. Back on stage, Bobby O is assembling some kind of bomb.
It's Tripp Trap Scrambler.
Tripp Trap Scrambler. Hairbrush, clock radio. He's kind of like wiring all these things together, and he turns it on and it ignites, bursts into flames. It sets everything on fire, and then it fires some kind of gun. It shoots like a projectile that pings around the room and eventually bursts a watermelon that's sitting on a table for some reason.
It would be so easy to murder Neal Morris.
So easy.
You just go to one of these contests and they're like, hey, whoa, no weapons. And you go, no, it's a gun like Tripp Zoome has. And they're like, okay, go up onto stage.
It's a Tripp Trap.
They're like, here's my thing. I'm going to shoot you like Tripp Zoome shooted someone.
Yeah. And as you shot Dad, he'd be like, nice!
First prize!
Great reference to my good books! Loving it.
You empty the magazine into Dad's prone form. The crowd goes wild. Just like in Tripp Zoome Shoots the Moon.
Dad holds up 2 shaking bloody thumbs ups.
They're shot off. So the crowd applauds at this watermelon exploding. Meanwhile, the trap is being sprung by Wheeze and Andre and Sheldon.
Yeah.
A machine on the roof is started. Big, bold bags of onions are being juiced. The juice travels down a pipe, and then onion smell goes into the auditorium.
Yeah, like the whole room is sort of gassed with onion gas. In the convention, they're all like, whoa, what's that smell? Melissa's not here. She left. Sort of in a huff. She fields a call from her mother. Mum asks how camping is. Melissa lies that it's great, but Mum overhears traffic. He did it again, didn't he? Says Mum. My note is, again?
That's good. That makes sense of my notes here. I've written, honk, he did it again. And I was like, what does that mean? Why have I written that? But no, that makes sense.
He did it again. This isn't the first time he said he'd take her camping and then taken her to a Tripp Zoome convention.
It's my signature move. So inside the auditorium, everyone is overwhelmed with onion gas. They all sort of cough and leave. But then the little homunculus, Andre, he has a clothespin on his nose and he walks up and he says, Mr. Morris, a moment of your time. I can explain. And he leads him out a different fire exit. Yeah. The two adult men, Skunk and Maurice, see this and they're like, hey, our guy. And they try to follow, but they're too slow due to the foot traffic of all the other kids filing out.
So outside, Dad sees this onion gassing machine. The tearjerker, he says, consumed with admiration for like a reference to his good books. And it works. I got to meet the fans who put this together, he says, while crying onion gas, having been covered in stinking onion and his convention ruined.
Yeah, that can be arranged, says Andre, the little guy. And then the children all bundle him into a van and tie him up with dental floss.
They wind floss round him and tie him up. He's like bound.
It's like if someone kidnapped Stephen King and broke his legs with a big sledgehammer and he was like, awesome cool. reference to Misery. I'd love to meet the fans who put this together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like hang out in a storm drain dressed as a clown opposite Stephen King's house. And he's like, I love this.
Pull his arm off. Great.
I love this so much. What
so
you're doing.
Good. It's so great to spend time amongst the true fans.
It'll bite my arm off in a sewer grate.
Yeah, and what truer measure of real fan is there than acting out the thing from the book? Like only a real fan would live the life of a thing from the book.
But he's already impressed they made the tearjerker machine. Yeah. I feel like it's a bit unnecessary to then kidnap him. But the dadnapping has occurred.
Yes, it has. Well, a dadnapping has occurred. So Skunk and Maurice follow. They say, hey, they're stealing my writer. They want to give chase, pursue this truck, and they spot a nearby laundry van, a yellow van with snappy uniform service written on the side.
Yes, luckily there is a van nearby which is full of a variety of uniforms that they can wear. Yeah. So they steal that.
Melissa, meanwhile, is like...
The guy in the Barnes & Noble YA aisle is like, I do have other shopping to do. Are we done yet? And they're like, no, keep going. This is great.
Just
uniform
a few more
van.
Minutes.
Uniform van. I'm writing this all down.
So Melissa, meanwhile, is like, hey, where's my dad? Merv Kilbo says he's not here. Meanwhile, all the kids are dying and choking and cheering at the way that their murder is a good reference to something in a book. Melissa wants to know who did this, however. All we know for sure is whoever did this sure knows his way around a trip trap, screams an excited, choking boy.
So we see Melissa reading one of these Tripp books about this machine. If one onion could make my mom cry making lasagna, imagine what 1,000 chopped onions will do to a room full of scum agents, he smiled, his perfect teeth a-glitter.
Perfect teeth.
So that's just sort of an example of the level of writing in the Tripp Zoome books.
Yeah. Later on, we actually get to see inside a book in a way that wasn't meant to be paused and read on screen, but I did. And let me tell you, it's going to be a treat.
Oh, I can't wait. Wait.
There also, this kind of scum agents, there are other references later to like Plaque. I think like Plaque is a sort of villain organisation or something. So yeah, this whole thing
is very dental themed.
Yeah, because that sounds good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Well, I mean, I can imagine if they started out as a sort of like American Dental Association, like free comic that got like thrown in with your teeth cleaning.
It's like a healthy tooth wearing sunglasses who fights crime.
Called Tripp Zoome. But then Dad was like, this is dynamite. I'm spinning this out into its own IP.
What if the healthy tooth was a real boy?
Was a canonical boy? So Melissa sees a security camera and she's like, hey, we should look at this tape. We cut to her watching it with Merv Kilbo. Are you kidding me? A bunch of kids took him, she says, which is a fair assessment. Dad is an adult man. He could have kicked all these children hard and would have easily escaped. Why couldn't he still be a dentist, she says, the only reference to Dad's dental past.
I know. She calls the police and tells the police that her dad has been abducted. And the police say, we've been getting loads of calls from that hotel about crimes, so we're not answering anymore.
Okay, because see, I've been getting a lot of crazy calls from that place today, you know, like spies and robots and double agents. And we got a lot of work down here at the police station, so you got to stop bothering me.
Hello? I'm trying to report a crime here.
Okay, look, here's the procedure. You wait 48 hours. If he doesn't turn up, then you come down to the station, you fill out a report. Okay, that's the system.
Well, the system is stupid. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just surprised.
Surprised? At what?
You get this big shot at being me. You don't take it.
You kidding me? First of all, I don't want to be you. I would hate to be you. In fact, I hate you.
Wow. Kind of harsh, don't you think?
Don't you have a supervillain to wrap in dental paws or something?
Nope. I'm all yours. It looks like you're gonna be needing me too, because we both know you are not Zoom enough to get Neal back on your own.
Hey, this is the real world. In the real world, 15-year-olds don't save their fathers from freaky fan guys.
You know what? You're right. 100%. I guess that's why your father writes about me, not you.
Real Chief Wiggum typing it all out on his invisible typewriter. From this cop. But
I love the police force in this movie.
Yeah.
It's a little, I think it's too sad for this film that Melissa hallucinates her father's literary creation and thinks that he doesn't write about her because she's, like, hatefully dull.
Well, to be fair, Dad does explicitly tell her that later in the film. So.
That's true. Yeah, he is going to say to her face that she's too boring to be in a book. Yeah. Fine.
Sorry. Oh my God. So we cut to the children kidnappers in a van. They're sort of going nuts and driving in circles. Dad has been gagged with a sock and tied up with dental floss.
Yeah.
Skunk and Maurice are nearby in their uniform van. Skunk is in disguise as a police officer.
We've got to time this just right, they say, and Maurice hands Skunk some duct tape. He sort of sneaks up. Nothing's going to really happen there, but this is just the movie letting us know that Maurice and Skunk are bad guys.
Mm-hmm. Is this Zoom enough for you, Neal? Says Wheeze. Sheldon explains that the floss tying him up is soaked in menthol rub. The more you squirm, the more you burn.
Mm-hmm.
Tripp's last trip, page 89. That's kind of amazing, says Neal, as the menthol burns into his skin.
He does hold up the book Tripp's Last Trip, and you can briefly see some of the writing inside. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it, yeah.
Okay, so you can't see it all, but you can see some of it. Here's just a little example of a Tripp Trap novel. His most recent favourite being the temple complexes of Pagan and the Inle Lake leg towers of Myanmar, formerly known as Burma.
Okay.
His recent travels have taken him to South America for research on trips, Andean adventure, and Romania to investigate vampire sightings.
What?
And then the novel continues. In addition, Neal, which is Dad's name, is fluent in 12 languages and has 7 college degrees in studies ranging from particle physics to athletics. He is currently finishing an advanced degree in organic chemistry.
What?
Hobbies include inventing and creating devices and gadgets. It's a gangbuster of an adventure. Tripp is unstoppable. From something, from the jungle to Antarctica, Neal takes us on another something that never stops going. Like being on the set of a film, the pace just keeps picking up and we keep doing more takes and more inserts.
What?
It is as if we are getting lost in the minutiae and can no longer see the forest. Turning around, he walked in. What an easy way to slow them down. They had parked right next to the automated car and had walked inside, leaving the top down. All he had to do was release the brake and push. It worked like a dream. The car tyres caught on the track and the vehicle was heading for a wash. He wanted to stay and see the look on their faces, but he had a date.
What?
He stood up.
That's something that happens in the movie later.
Yes. Isn't
What?
that wild? Isn't that insane?
What?
So it's
The
kind of
book
like
is half author bio.
Yeah.
Half
a half biography of Tripp. And this, to be
half
clear,
a sort of production diary from the movie, and half a scene, and an additional third half that is a scene that's about to happen in the film.
yeah, isn't that? It's
What
just
the-
bonkers, isn't it?
What the helly?
Also, on
What the hellion?
this definitely can't be like a back page or an author bio, because the page, it's a sort of double page bit, and there one half has like pictures on it. So it's like these books have pictures, like illustrations,
God.
exciting manga style illustrations.
Okay, why isn't the illustrator at the Tripp Zoome convention?
Dad didn't want to share the glory.
Oh my God.
The illustrator adds nothing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, that sucks.
I know, it's really, really weird. And especially weird that it starts sort of foretelling the future events of the film. Because that's like, if you turned the page, would it be the plot of Dadnapped, the Disney Channel original movie? Like, would it keep going?
Now that's an interesting plot.
Yeah.
Dad's writing books and they're coming true.
Dad's books are coming true, if only they were good.
Unfortunately, he's a bad writer. We need to make him better at writing so the book is good and therefore real life is good.
So anyway, Dad is like, I see now that this was a fun kidnapping and I think it's great. Let me out of this, he says, and the kids cheerfully explain that they will be continuing to torture him. You wrote it, we do it, says Sheldon, stuffing a dirty sock in Dad's mouth, and they drive away. We get a brief shot of Melissa wandering the streets, freely hallucinating.
Yeah.
Then she remembers she has a phone and tries to call her father.
Sorry, you might be wondering what happened with Skunk in that scene that was set up with him leaving the van and the duct tape and stuff.
Yep.
The answer is nothing. He gets someone opens a car door into his head and he is knocked unconscious.
So only at this point is Melissa like, why don't I phone Dad? So she phones him. In the truck, the kids take his ringing phone out of his pocket. It's my daughter, says Dad. Let me at least tell her I'm okay. Wheeze shakes his head slightly as if to say, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But Dad pleads. He says that Tripp Zoome showed mercy.
Even evil Professor Nix got to phone his daughter.
Yeah, before he was killed
when Tripp kidnapped him. I don't know, evil Professor Nix sounds like maybe Tripp Zoome is the evil one. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. Let me just tell her that I'm okay. Come on, guys. In Trip of No Return, even evil Professor Nix got to do that. Okay. Hello?
Dad?
Melissa? Honey? You okay?
I can't believe you did this to me, Dad. It's so typical.
What? I didn't do anything. Everything's not always my fault, you know.
Floss! Okay, here's the deal. Your dad is fine, okay? And as soon as he agrees to our one demand, he's home free. So why don't you run along and go play with the other little kitties at the hotel?
And with who am I speaking, please?
Why does that matter?
So I can use your name in a complete sentence, Nimrod.
Nimrod. Real mature.
Wait a minute. I know that voice. Word wham guy, it's you.
You're Neal's daughter? I guess vocabulary gene skips a generation, huh?
Excuse me, may I say something?
No!
So Melissa says that they're ruining her vacation, and to stop doing that, Andre comments that she's feisty, and he likes that.
He likes it, yeah. Tell me where you are, says Melissa, but then she overhears someone say pine mist or lilac spray. Floss, says Wheeze, panicking and hangs up. Next to her, Merv Kilbo asks what the plan is. Does this town have a car wash? Asks Melissa. Back at the van, Wheeze exits the van to help clean its windshield and drops a word wham made easy book on the floor.
Yeah.
Leaving a clue.
Then they watch as Melissa and Merv arrive in Merv's convertible. They drive around. They're obviously looking for them. Wheeze admires her enthusiasm, but they have to hide. So drive around the back, suggests Sheldon. We'll pull a toss and wash. Meanwhile, in the Kilbo-mobile, Merv says he wants to make a call and needs a little privacy, and he kind of walks some distance away and gets on his cell phone. He tells whoever he's speaking to that he's at the car wash. Very mysterious. Meanwhile, we see Melissa sneaking around, and behind her, the three kidnapped boys give Merv's red convertible a shove, sending it hurtling slowly towards a car wash.
It rolls very slowly into the car wash. Everyone screams because it's a convertible.
Yeah.
We see them drive out, and the car is full of sudsy water, just like in the book.
Just like in the novel. Well, maybe that's why the kids did it, because it's part of a Tripp Zoome book, but that would make the words in that book canon, including the bit where it's like Neal, the author, speaks 12
is here, and he
12
has
languages,
7 advanced degrees.
And has 7 degrees. I don't know, man. A bedraggled Melissa sort of staggers out of this soaped car and sees the book of Word Wham made easy. She opens it and finds that it's a library book. Due today, a big clue.
Follow the girl, she'll take us to her father, says Maurice. In the van, Neal notices that the copy of his book that Andre, the small child, is reading is overdue. He explains the concept of overdue fines to them, and they all panic and put on the van's siren, brackets question mark, and haul ass to the library.
Which, I mean, if this happened in Max Keeble, you'd be like, fine.
Yeah.
Fine, I buy that these kids are so terrified of a library fine that they will sort of like divert their kidnapping to go and
return library books.
Return their books. But this movie doesn't have that vibe. So it's just, you just feel like, what? There's no way kids who use the library this much would be unfamiliar with the idea of returning the library books.
Yeah, it's sort of explained to you when you join the library. Also, I didn't really get the impression that these kids were from here. It's like they've come here for the convention.
Well, their parents are certainly nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, they're never shown. So I assumed that they'd sort of travelled here for the Tripp Zoome convention and therefore wouldn't be sort of using the local library. Or if they were trying to use the local library, probably it'd be quite hard to get any Tripp Zoome books out during the Tripp Zoome convention.
Yeah, good point. Also, they say they're real fans. They don't even own their own copies.
They don't even own their own copies of Tripp Zoome's books. I know.
Yeah, for shame. So, in the Snappy truck, which is the costume truck that Maurice and Skunk are driving, they're like, what's the girl got to do with all this? Doesn't matter as long as she leads us to her father, they say. So Skunk and Maurice in the yellow truck are following the kidnapped kids in the black truck. If you're wondering at what point this film is going to stop being trucks just driving around, keep wondering.
So at the library, the kidnappers pull up. Neal is like, hey, you're monopolizing my time by kidnapping me. And they say, okay, here's the deal. If you show us the book splat trip trap, we'll let you go. Deal? We cut to Neal setting up the book splat trip trap. He's hollowed out a library book, I guess, and is placing a mousetrap delicately inside it.
Yeah.
Melissa pulls up outside. Maurice and Skunk also pull up outside. Skunk is given a sheriff's uniform to wear. Inside, Neal, the dad, lowers the trap into this hollow book. Set it on any shelf, he says, and the next unsuspecting librarian gets a trip-tastic surprise.
Is this, I mean, Dad, maybe don't do this? Is this something Tripp Zoome did? Like, put bombs in books to explode librarians?
Hard-working librarians just trying to do their job. Yeah. Dad sort of scurries away from the book trap. It's clear now that he is no longer bound or restrained in any way.
Yeah.
So he could just leave the library under his own power.
Also, when you see Dad setting up this trap, he's loving it.
Yeah.
He's like sort of mugging for these kids and sort of explaining like, now you have to be so careful. This is the like, why does the author of these spy novels, why does he know how to like make a sort of improvised like book bomb? Like, you could write that without being able to build it.
Yeah, or, I mean, it's said in his, like, weird bio there in the book that he loves building gadgets and contraptions.
Yeah,
but you have to sort of freeze frame the movie to get that information.
Read a lot of incoherent, incorrect.
What happens next is wild. So Melissa enters the library. She hasn't seen Dad.
Yeah.
She marches directly over to the book.
Yeah.
How does she know to go to that book?
I thought she had seen her dad put the book on the shelf and then scurry away. So she goes to the book.
Why didn't she go after Dad?
Well, yeah, but why didn't she go directly to her dad? And if she didn't see Dad, then she didn't see the book move, so why does she go directly to this big random book?
Anyway, she goes over to this big random book and opens it, and it sprays stinking blue fluid into her face.
This is just perfect.
Melissa, you found me.
Found you? Oh, I thought I was saving you. But apparently you and the Nerd Patrol are doing just fine.
You're having a blast. I gotta tell you, these kids are great. And total 100% fans.
Yeah,
we are. This is Sheldon. Oh, he gets that same gum irritation that you do. And this Spitfire's Andre. And his big brother Wheeze. I think you guys have met.
Wheeze?
Wheeze. Listen, I think we got off on the wrong foot here.
You think?
Okay, I know you're new to the whole Zoom world, but, can you maybe just lighten up? You guys are just trying to have some fun with us.
Really? Well, Wheeze, the thing is, he's supposed to be having fun with me.
You smell nice.
So, remarkably, after Wheeze says you smell nice to Melissa, she then starts sort of flirting briefly with him. They kind of flirt about the kind of lip gloss she uses. She tells him that she uses watermelon lip gloss, but then she thinks better of this flirting and remembers that she's covered in stinking blue fluid trying to rescue her dad, who is actually like not really under duress or kidnapped at all, but just having fun with some children across town when he's supposed to be on vacation with her.
Yeah, some other kids that he likes better. So yeah, they're like leaving now.
Oh, as Dad leaves, he makes the best face. So Melissa's like, Dad, we're leaving. And she storms off, sort of distraught and covered in blue goo. And Dad turns around and makes a face to his bros like,
he sort of waves his hand.
It's a face that says the old ball and chain. Am I right, fellas?
Or women, am I right? Always not wanting you to get kidnapped and take them on the vacation you promised them.
The kind of face you would make to your friends if you were out and you'd been like showing off and trying to impress people and you'd upset your partner.
Yeah.
And she'd sort of said something mean to you and stormed off, and then you turned around and went,
how unreasonable, am I right?
Oh man, better go calm this one down.
Better go and smooth this over.
He's awful.
Yeah, he's the worst. So the Dadnapped, you
also,
may be thinking,
as he leaves, he says, "Call me" to the children who kidnapped him.
Weird.
Call me. let's hang out more, children.
Let's hang out together. Let's just vibe, whatever. You might be thinking that the dad-napping portion of the movie is over now.
I was hoping.
But don't worry, the second they leave the library, well, they have an argument first.
Yeah.
Melissa says, I've been thinking about this vacation since before school started. I wanted everything to be perfect. Me and my dad spending some quality time together. But you know who comes along and ruins everything? Tripp Zoome. Tripp is a fictional character, says Dad. Tripp Zoome is a pain in my butt, says Melissa. Yeah. But then suddenly up comes Skunk and Maurice in cop outfits to kidnap Dad again. So don't worry, he is being re-kidnapped.
Yeah, that was just a warm-up kidnap.
Yeah.
Officer Skunk, grab him. Dad says, I know you from the hotel. You're not real cops. And they're like, well, how about this? We'll arrest you anyway. And Dad sort of meekly goes along with it.
Yeah.
So they go to cuff Dad, but Melissa, thinking quick, takes the other half of the handcuff and cuffs it to herself. I just got him back, she says. I'm not losing him. So now they can't kidnap Dad without also kidnapping Melissa.
I mean, presumably they have the keys to these handcuffs. Like, they could just unlock Melissa and just, like...
That was so bad. Oh, my God.
So...
Okay. They do have the keys to the handcuffs because later there are like 15 scenes of them uncuffing people and cuffing them to different things and recuffing them. I bet the editor of this film wishes that they hadn't done these handcuffs because they are a continuity nightmare. So, I just got him back, I'm not losing him, says Melissa, and so both of them are bundled into the yellow van. The nerds see this from the library window. Let's go, guys. Something's really wrong, they say, observing the exact same thing that they just did happening.
We're the only ones allowed to kidnap Neal, they say. They run to their van and give chase. From the van, Sheldon calls the cops. Neal Morris has been stolen, he says. The cops are like, hey man, f*** off with this Neal Morris shit, we don't care.
This is so choice. The cop says, enough with these prank calls. Sheldon says that it's not a prank. 2 goons took him for real. And the cop calmly explains that at 1:25 he got a call that Neal Morris was supposedly snatched. Then at 2:32 he got 3 calls from a supermarket saying that Neal Morris was in a van tied up with dental floss. Full stop. So, goodbye. I love this. I love this protocol that if more than one person reports a crime, it must be a prank.
Some kind of prank. Yeah, we saw Neal Morris being dragged away at 1:25. At 2:20, we saw him being executed in the street. Yeah.
I've been getting corroborating calls about this kidnapping all day, so I'll simply ignore it.
I'm sick of it.
Hello, is this the police? I'm on Main Street. Someone just got shot. Oh, shit. Okay, we'll be right there. Hang on, another call is coming in. What's that? Someone shot on Main Street. Nice try, pranksters.
You stupid pranksters.
I just got this exact same call, so I won't be responding. Like,
it should be more compelling for you to investigate this if a lot of people are saying it.
I'm waiting for this cop to explain why he won't be investigating. And his reasoning is that he got a call at 1:25 that Neal Morris was kidnapped, and then 3 calls at 2:32 from witnesses who saw him tied up and bound in a supermarket car park. Like, this is corroborating evidence. Now you're calling and saying he's been kidnapped. I doubt it.
So the cop hangs up on the kidnapper children. Looks like it's up to us, says Wheeze. And they tailed the other van.
Yeah.
There are 2 vans. It's all vans all the time.
It's just all 2 vans driving around as this whole film.
Luke, I've got a problem.
What is it? Tell me it.
Well, I've been kidnapped, as you know.
Okay, yeah.
And the kidnappers aren't letting me go to the grocery store to buy healthy, nutritious groceries.
Well, the kidnapper is me, Andy.
I'm tied up.
Kidnapper is me, so obviously I'm not going to let you do that. That would be okay.
Well, I thought you just popped by to visit me. I didn't realise you were the guy in that devil mask.
That was me. This is a kidnapping. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
Sorry,
I obviously didn't make much of an impression. I'll have to make you a delicious dinner instead.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you.
Let me just go to the fridge. Oh, what's this? Andy, you didn't tell me you'd signed up to Hungry Route.
Well, I mean, I had to because I was kidnapped and therefore unable to go to the grocery store.
I wouldn't have kidnapped you if I'd known.
Well, you let me go on the internet, and instead of calling for help like I should have done, I instead went on Hungry Route because, as you know, Hungry Route makes it easy to eat high-quality, nutritious food and achieve any diet or health goals, from anti-inflammatory to gut-friendly, gluten-free or dairy-free, high protein and more.
That's right, gang. It's like having your own personal shopper. Hungry Route takes care of the weekly grocery shopping,
They recommend healthy groceries tailored to your tastes, nutrition preferences, and health goals.
And just because you're kidnapped, that doesn't mean you have to skip out on avoiding things like high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, or preservatives. Hungry Root only source top quality meat and seafood, free of hormones and antibiotics as well.
Listen, gang, kidnapped or not, you're going to love Hungry Root as much as we do. So take advantage of the following exclusive offer. Here it is. Are you ready? Set your brain to receive mode, listener. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/momcan'tcook and use code momcan'tcook. That's hungryroot.com/momcan'tcook, code momcan'tcook to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life.
Smells good. Can I have some?
Can you? No, it's just for me. Num 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 num.
Damn.
No, I've got the quick energy I need to. I don't know. What do you ransom you? That's right. That's the thing. That's the thing they don't do in
Turns out
Dadnapped.
being kidnapped is bad, actually.
hungryroot.com/momcan'tcook, code momcan'tcook.
Luke, could I at least have something a bit more stylish to wear than this sort of Hessian sack that you've got me here in?
For the ransom video. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll need to look my best.
I was like, dressed the way you are, I don't think anyone's going to be paying through the nose again.
Yeah, I was thinking I could maybe be wearing a sort of a cool Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion jacket, maybe.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be
sort
brilliant.
Sort of leather-like sleeves, or maybe some cool PJ bottoms. You know, we've got like special PJ bottoms from the Fallout series, or maybe some Shovel Knight.
Oh, that
pajama bottoms.
That could be brilliant. I'll tell you what I think we should do. I think we should wait to film this ransom demand, and we should wait until we've taken a delivery from insertcoinclothing.com. Yes, because they are a company that makes loads of awesome, cool, nerdy designs, comfortable clothings wear with the video games that you love on them.
Comfortable clothings wear.
That's what they say.
That's what it says right here.
I don't write the ad
on
copy.
Their website.
Yeah,
that's right.
clothing.
Yes. So if you love games such as Bayonetta, Bloodborne, Ace Attorney, Shenmue, Shovel Knight, The Witcher, all of the best ones.
I love half of them.
You need to point your browser at insertcoinclothing.com and pick yourself out something nice. And Luke, great news, Insert Coin Clothing have sent over a code.
Oh boy,
for us to use for our lovely listeners.
Always a joy
to have a savings when they order something. So Luke, all they need to do is go to insertcoinclothing.com and enter the code Tripp Zoome.
Right.
That's TRIPP ZOOME.
One more time, Andy.
TRIPP ZOOME. See, it all rhymes. It's like it's easy to remember.
It's catchy.
Tripp Zoome. Simply go to Insert Coin and enter that code for 10% off online orders. Codes are not applicable on charity items, bundles, gift cards, postage, and some products at launch. Codes cannot be combined with other deals or promotions and are valid until the end of 2025.
Andy, let me tell you something about me.
Okay. Is it that you're going to let me go?
No. The only daily greens I care about are dollars, you know? Bringing in the Benjamins, that's me. The only daily greens that interest me are the fat stacks of cash.
Fat stacks of cash that you're going to get for ransoming me?
Well, yes.
Well, Luke, that's a very short-sighted position to take. What about your long-term health?
No!
Luke,
no.
When was the last time you had a meal that was both healthy and delicious?
It seems like a long time ago.
Well, Luke, you don't even need a meal to get that same feeling when you've got a supplement like Factor Form.
Oh my gosh. Factor Form? What is this? I've not heard of it. Is it like Factor?
Daily Greens is a greens powder by Factor Form that you will look forward to drinking, Luke. Just one scoop delivers 100% of your daily nutrients, filling nutrient gaps, supporting whole body health, and helping you feel your best. And you're probably thinking, a daily greens powder, I bet it tastes like spinach and broccoli and is horrible. Well, guess what? You're an idiot. It's got a refreshing, citrusy, clean and smooth taste that's actually enjoyable to drink. You just mix a single serving pack in water and you are good to go.
Amazing. Factor Form's Daily Greens is packed with probiotics, and adaptogens to support gut health and reduce bloating. That's right, you're going to be unbloated like a balloon. Get ready to be unbloated, listener.
Start your day right and unbloated with Daily Greens by Factor Form at factor75.com/momcan'tcook to get 40% off plus free shipping on your first order. That's factor75.com/momcan'tcook, all one word, for 40% off plus free shipping. FACTOR75.com/momcan'tcook.
Sally takes me away to where I always heard it could be. Can this be the start of the ad?
Yes, it can.
Okay, great. We've begun the ad now for Sally. Sally is an eSIM. Do you know what an eSIM is, Andy?
Yeah, it's like a sort of robot from the future, and he'll go and pick up your dry cleaning and stuff.
Yes, that's Sally. But the problem with Sally is that he costs $1 million. He's too expensive for most people. But the same is not true of the Sally eSIM. It's a virtual SIM card. If you're still using real plastic SIM cards, you are akin to a caveman, and you should go in your cave and cry and be ashamed of yourself.
Smacking rocks together in sort of Cro-Magnon confusion,
Yeah.
Trying to work out how to get cheap rates on data abroad when you could be using an eSIM, which is the easiest thing in the entire world. I used one myself last year when I was in Southeast Asia and Japan. It was so simple, so easy, and it meant I didn't come back to a huge data bill. I was able to use my phone as normal and pay a very reasonable rate for it.
Stop being a caveman screaming into the fire about roaming rates, and instead download the Sally app in your app store. Use code MomCan'tCook at checkout to get 15% off the first purchase.
Bad news, Luke.
What?
Bringing this mini kidnapping arc that's taken place during the ads to a close.
What?
I have ingested so much protein I was strong enough to burst through my bonds, and now I'm going to beat your ass.
How did you get hold of this much protein?
Well, Luke, it was simple. All I did was chug a Huel Black Edition ready to drink. It's a complete meal in a bottle with 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, high fibre and low sugar. So I feel full, focused and ready to beat your ass.
I knew I shouldn't have put a bottle of delicious Huel Black Edition in your hands before going into the other room.
And a straw. You did.
Yeah.
And I've drunk it. And like Popeye, I've burst out of my bonds.
Oh no. Well, I'm annoyed that my kidnapping is over and that you're going to beat my ass. But on the other hand, I'm encouraged to see you enjoying Huel, because I personally drink a lot of Huel. I consume it and enjoy it. It tastes so good, and it's got all of the nutrients and the nutritions and the vitamins and the proteins that my body needs. It's just nice when it's lunchtime. If you don't have time to make a sandwich or whatever, you just need something really, really quick. I grab a bottle of Huel, and I know that it's got everything my body needs. It's a good feeling.
That's right, so start saving time and money without compromising your nutrition today with this exclusive offer for new customers of 15% plus a free gift using our exclusive code MomCan'tCook, all one word, at Huel.com. That is 15% plus a free gift for new customers using code MomCan'tCook at Huel.com. Please see the description for terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition bottled.
They drive through the desert long into the night. We see time pass. They head up to an abandoned drive-in movie theatre. This is Maurice and Skunk's hideout. You live here? Dad and Melissa ask. The city's stupid enough to pump electric in. Why wouldn't we? They say.
Yeah, good.
Sure.
Dad prays for a peaceful resolution to this. Maurice threatens him, and then Skunk draws a knife.
Yeah.
It's all quite threatening.
It's worth noting that as Dad pleads for a peaceful resolution, he stands up and walks across to Maurice and sort of whispers in his ear and is like, please, come on, let's not do this. And he's not handcuffed to Melissa anymore. And I was like, okay, fine. But then in the next shot, he is handcuffed to her again.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you... It's one thing to have a sort of continuity thing that you just don't notice. But so many decisions must have been made to tell the actor playing the dad, like, now get up. No, Melissa, you stay there.
You stay there. I thought we were handcuffed together. No, you're not for this.
You're not for this.
It's so important to the plot.
Yeah.
That Dad asks for a peaceful resolution that we're going to sort of ignore that.
Ugh. Okay. It's going to be okay, Dad whispers, and Maurice tells them that that's entirely up to Dad. Outside, the kids have sort of caught up, and they say they want to free them.
They know every page of every book. There's a Tripp Zoome solution to this. We just haven't figured it out yet. Inside, Skunk has prepared a snack platter. Neal's like, you want money? We can get you money. But Melissa is like, no, we won't. We're not going to do anything you say.
Yeah.
So they've got sort of like different approaches to dealing with these violent kidnappers.
Yeah. Maurice says that it's not about money and presents Dad with a binder full of notes.
Okay, here we go. Huh? Look at this.
Huh? Lights Out Lenny?
It's a working title. See, my brother, he has a gift.
Please tell me it's not cooking.
A creative gift.
Okay, touchy.
Of course, my writing's not as good as yours is, but that's why you're here, okay? Keep him from making the same mistakes I made.
Maurice stole an elephant.
Huh?
That's true. I did the crime, then I did the time, all right? But look, my baby brother here, he's clean. And with a little outside help, I mean, there's no stopping this guy.
So you took me to read your brother's book?
Look, not read, to fix. Fix my brother's book. See, my brother needs...
A brain scarecrow?
You are really starting to irritate me.
And you really don't want to do that.
Look, my brother needs a real writer to finish the book.
Guys, look, in the best of environments, even with the best writers, this could take weeks, months even.
Months, years. I really don't care. Because the way that I see it, until you fix the book, you're not leaving.
Andy, you're an author.
Yeah, sort of.
Have you considered doing this? Or do you worry about this sort of thing?
Have I considered kidnapping...
Have you considered kidnapping
better author and getting them
there aren't any better authors, Andy. I really want to know, are you worried about people kidnapping you and getting...
am I worried about people kidnapping me and getting me to rewrite their stuff?
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about that because I think it's stupid and unrealistic. It's baffling. Like, what? I don't...
It's like, it's the same kind of plot that you would get for kidnapping a scientist.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll kidnap this scientist because only they know how to sort of build this bomb or this weapon or something, and I'll force them to work. That's a kind of plot. That happens in kids' stuff all the time, doesn't it? Kidnap scientist.
But it's very different. Like, you can't turn up at a publisher with a manuscript and say, hello, I've got this manuscript that I wrote, and they're like, well, this is a Tripp Zoome novel. They're written by Neal Morris. You're like, yes, but but I wrote this one.
What would happen is Skunk would show up and say, hey, I've written this book. I think you'll find it's of a quality equal to the Tripp Zoome novels. And they'd be like, oh, well, the Tripp Zoome novels are very popular. Let me just read it. Okay, yeah, it's good. We won't be publishing it, though, because there's so much more to publishing than simply being a capable writer.
Yeah, you appear to be a sort of, like, giant, towering idiot.
Yeah.
Who we don't really want to enter into a business arrangement
with.
Have
you ever written anything before? Anything we could look at? You're not really a known name, and also this is an extremely derivative Tripp Zoome. I mean, maybe if he took it to a rival publisher and said, I've got the next Tripp Zoome.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, okay, yeah, brilliant. Can you get back to us with 3?
Yeah, we'll sign you to a 3-book deal. It's like, well, I'm going to have to kidnap Neal Morris again. Like, this is not a long-term sustainable arrangement.
No. Meanwhile, across town at the Neal Morris publishing house, they're like, where's he gone?
Where's he gone again? Yeah, we're missing these Tripp Zoome. Maybe it would work because he's not putting out Tripp Zoome novels anymore because he's spending all his time writing knockoff novels for Skunk.
Yeah, that's true. They'd be like, well, normally we wouldn't publish. We wouldn't want to oversaturate the market when we've already got all these Tripp Zoomes kind of lined up through the next few financial years. But I suppose Neal Morris has disappeared mysteriously, so... Yeah, we'll publish your book, Mr. Skunk.
Yeah, I guess it's a rewrite job, but it sounds like it sort of needs to be rewritten from the ground up because it's so bad.
Yeah.
Also,
I think in that clip that you just heard, you can probably hear how weak and slow the dialogue in this film is.
Yeah, I don't think the actors delivering it they know it's bad.
They know it's but I don't think they know what to do with this material. Like, what about this? What about that line about stealing an elephant?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not gloss over the fact that Maurice stole an elephant.
Yeah.
That's his criminal past.
His criminal past is he stole an elephant? The
He did the crime, he did the time, but his little brother is clean.
He stole an elephant? Why? From where?
To what end?
Have an elephant.
How do you steal an elephant?
It's
pretty big.
An elephant. Why is that it? Why is that the thing? There's nothing else that's like this. Maurice doesn't do anything zoo or animal themed. He didn't used to work at a zoo. Maybe if I pause on another frame of the movie, I can see some text in a book that says Maurice used to be a zookeeper,
and he fell in love with an elephant.
He fell in love with
she was going to be euthanized, so he stole her from the zoo, but then was caught.
She was pregnant with his child. He smuggled that elephant out of
the CIA wouldn't allow an elephant-human hybrid that wasn't one of theirs.
Yeah, we don't need competing at hybrid.
Competing elephant men who could fight against our elephant man army that we're breeding. So we shut it down. This
Sorry,
is...
CIA, toothpaste out of the tube now. Soon the whole world's going to have this technology.
Unbelievably, this whole kidnap the author and make him rewrite your book plot is going to get even stupider later on.
Yes. Okay.
But fine.
Later on, Dad is struggling to fix this broken book. Melissa says every problem's just a doorway to a solution. She's quoting Tripp Zoome. Dad is surprised to hear her quoting his work. I've read the books, says Melissa. I just don't get dressed up like X309 and go to Zoome Cons every weekend. Now, you can hear that what Melissa's doing here is offering an olive branch to her terrible dad.
Yeah.
So what Dad does is snorts with uncontrollable mirth. And with tears in his eyes, he explains her blunder.
Oh, this is too delicious.
It's too delicious.
It's too delicious.
Dad doesn't wear glasses, but you have to imagine him pushing his glasses up as he says, X309 is a 250-pound Chinese guy. So let's just say you'd look kind of funny.
Okay. A little silly. Now, if you'd said X307, that maybe that would have been a bit more your wheelhouse. X309. Oh God, I've got to tell the kidnappers about this.
I've got to text the guys about
the first set of kidnappers about this.
Wheeze. My daughter Melissa just came out with an absolute gutbuster.
Absolute priceless. You'll never guess which character she said she was going to dress up as.
Yes, she did.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Zoom enough. I don't think so.
So Melissa is annoyed at being called
Kick
silly.
him.
She says, you care more about Tripp Zoome than you do about your own daughter. How come you've never written about me? How come I'm not a character in one of your books? And Dad explains it's simply because she's boring and can't do anything.
He says, characters are dynamic, larger than life, capable of extraordinary things. Tripp has 3 advanced degrees. He's got encyclopedic knowledge of science. He speaks 10 languages fluently. And then he sort of stops speaking. And it's like, Dad, what point were you working around to it? He starts by saying characters are dynamic, larger than life. And then he just starts talking about Tripp Zoome.
He just starts glazing Tripp Zoome in front of his daughter. She's like, all right, well, what are my interests, Dad? What do I like? He stammers, unable to answer. He doesn't know a single thing about what his daughter likes or is
unable to ascribe a single adjective to his daughter. Girl.
Do you realise you missed every one of my dance contests, she says.
Wavy hair.
My middle school creative writing contest. Dad didn't know about this. She won it. He's like, oh, that's great. 2 years in a row, Dad.
Yeah.
Just own it. Tripp comes first.
Also, it's worth saying, Dad, like, through all of this, is kind of like sort of rolling his eyes and sort of sighing and be like, come on. And then when she says that she won a writing contest, he's like,
my thing?
Writing.
This reflects on me.
That's great, honey. Anyway, so Melissa is devastated. She's crying. Her dad is horrible. Suddenly, sirens. Wee woo, wee woo. What do? Cries Skunk outside. We get out while we still can, says Maurice. Grab 'em. The two rush back indoors and cuff their victims and rush them out to the van and drive away. But the sirens were, of course, the work of the 3 nerds. Stake out, fake out, they say, simple yet effective, as the hostages are executed. I don't know what they think they've achieved here, because they knew where Neal and his daughter were being held. The kidnappers didn't know that they knew that, and now all they've achieved is scaring them off into the night in their van. So, good job.
Maybe just wait till they go to sleep and free them. I don't know. It's another plan.
Yeah.
So Dad and Melissa are hustled outside into the uniform van.
Oh, good. We're back in the vans.
We're back in vans. In the first van, Wheeze tells Andre to hit them with more police sounds, which are already happening. Can do, says Andre, and then hits the wrong button and starts playing animal noises. This frightens Mo and Skunk, even though Maurice loves animals and once stole an elephant.
Yeah, to save his child.
Yeah. Fine. So they flee.
Okay, so back on the road, Skunk nervously asks Dad what he thinks of his book. Dad lands on the word salvageable. Melissa, however, refuses to tell the kidnappers what they want to hear. Your dialogue is inconsistent. It takes the reader out of the story, she says. And Dad is like, whoa, hang on. My daughter's doing literary criticism that's accurate. I didn't know you could talk about my passion. Maybe I can love you after all.
I can love you, daughter. So they start fixing the book together in the back of the van. Kidnappers number 1 are tailing them, and Maurice notices this. It's those brats in the van, he says, and swerves off-road. Let's see what they got. And then we get a sort of tepid car chase.
Yeah. At this point, I wondered what Wheeze, Andre and Sheldon's parents were thinking, because they've been gone for quite a long time. I think like several days have passed at this point. Yeah. We've had sort of quite a few time montages. But then I remembered that when more than one family called the cops to report the children missing, it would have been filed as a prank.
Yeah, when Sheldon's parents and Andre and Weeze's parents both called, they were like, nice try, pranksters.
My God, we'll do everything we can to bring Sheldon home safe. Hang on, I'm just getting another call. What's that? Sheldon kidnapped. Sheldon missing.
Sheldon missing along with 2 other boys.
Nice try, pranksters.
These damn pranksters. So, this car chase, Skunk opens the back of the van, starts throwing trousers onto the van that's following. Attack of the killer pants, says Sheldon while actively crashing. And then they sort of go into a ditch.
Yeah.
They're stuck.
If there's one scratch on my ride, it's going to turn ugly, says Wheeze of his van like a cool guy, as soft cotton garments brush against his van.
Such a stupid movie.
So anyway, the van is stuck. The kids get out of the car and walk dejectedly into the desert in the night in the direction that the yellow truck drove off in. This is going to go
mercy of the coyote and snakes.
They don't know it, but they should be like trying to conserve as much water as they can, because once that sun comes up, the clock is ticking.
That's it for these boys. Suddenly, Maurice notices they're almost out of gas. Melissa states that when they get to a gas station, she needs the bathroom. Maurice says no, but then Skunk says it's okay. He'll go with her. Worse, I think.
Definitely worse.
Yeah.
Cut to a tiny gas station at the side of the road. Skunk accompanies Melissa to the bathroom, up to the door. Inside...
She puts on a lab coat for some reason.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the lab coat, because I couldn't figure out what it was about. And nothing comes of it, does it? Does it?
No. She's like, I'm cold, and puts on the lab coat like it's part of a plan.
Yeah.
Then she goes into the bathroom, starts like looking around.
As soon as she gets into the bathroom, it transpires she has no idea. She has no plan.
Yes.
Even though when she said, when we find a gas station, I have to go to the bathroom, and the music goes doo-doo-doo to indicate
like
that she's had an
idea.
Yeah. But then when she gets into the bathroom, she just looks around and doesn't have an idea.
Yeah.
And she looks in the mirror and says, I'd kill for a comb. I don't know, I think you're holding up pretty good, says Tripp Zoome in the mirror.
Yeah, so Tripp Zoome appears in the mirror like the Candyman.
Yeah, and then he sort of teleports around tauntingly. She yells at nothing. Should we hear a bit of this to get the sort of weird vibe?
Yeah, let's.
What is with you? Showing up, ruining my life? I didn't sign up for this.
You don't get it, do you?
Get what?
I'm in your head because you keep me there. Come on. Did you ever think of that?
So it's quite. I think it's too dark. But this conversation with Tripp, however, does lead to something like a revelation, because if Tripp is in her head, Melissa reasons, it's because she thinks like him.
So still Bond music starts playing when she makes that realization. She fishes a Tripp Zoome book out of the pocket of the lab coat.
What?
I think.
Was it Skunk's coat?
I don't know. She pulls out a page of this book, which is titled The Presidential Pickle.
Yes.
And then she circles the word presidential with her lip gloss and tucks it into the sort of corner of the mirror.
If you have something with which you can write,
yes,
why don't you write?
We've been kidnapped and are being taken to the presidential. Although at this point she doesn't know she's being taken to the presidential suite at the hotel.
So the reason, listener, that she's circled the word presidential in lip gloss is because the next thing she's going to do is try to persuade Skunk and Maurice to go back to the hotel where this all started. Now, you might think going to a hotel is not a smart idea when you've got, like, 2 hostages, because it's such a public place.
Yeah, because it isn't.
Because it isn't. Yeah. But assuming that she is going to make this next stage work, she here has circled the word presidential so that anyone who finds her will think of the presidential suite that they were staying in, I suppose.
I mean, that would be their first thought, of course.
Why don't... But I don't... She could have written, it's Melissa... We're being taken to the... I'm going to try and get them to take us to the hotel. The van number plate.
I mean,
I don't know.
They were tailing the van like quite closely. Presumably they already noted that down.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just rubbish.
Whole thing is rubbish, yeah.
Yeah. Melissa emerges from the toilet, trailing toilet paper from her foot. She then drops the lab coat on the floor.
Yes, but Melissa and Skunk don't notice. But she's trailed the toilet paper and dropped the coat.
This is the point in my notes I've just written, like, Jesus, nothing is happening. It is so aimless and meandering.
Yes. And
like the pacing is glacial.
And it's a spy movie about clever contraptions and clever tricks and gadgets and, you know, like spycraft. But there isn't any.
Yeah.
There isn't any in the film. This thing with the lip gloss is nothing. It's not a clever trick. It's not a trail of breadcrumbs.
No.
It's just nothing. So we cut to the nerds. Oh, no, sorry. Before that, in the van, Melissa persuades them. She says, my dad needs somewhere real to write. Take us back to the hotel.
Dad's like, no, I'm fine writing in the back of a filthy van. It's fine, like a coward.
Yeah.
But Maurice is like, no, that's a good idea, actually. We'll take you back to the hotel.
So then we cut to the nerds who are walking because their van got stuck. They find the discarded toilet paper. They follow it into the bathroom. They find the page. She's circled the word presidential. Wheeze smells it. Watermelon lip gloss. So it must be Melissa. Everyone think. The group racks their brains.
What could it mean?
And then Andre says, wait, presidential suite. I heard that when they checked in. Now, remember, Andre was like hiding behind a book. Melissa doesn't know that the boys know what room they're staying in.
No, that's true. He was disguised.
He was hiding behind a book and he just overheard them. So like, that was lucky, wasn't it? When she circles the word presidential, hoping that they'll put it together, even though why would she think that these boys know what?
Why? Yeah, the boys are equally likely to start hauling ass across to the White House or something.
Much more likely. They'd say, well, it could refer to the presidential suite, but I don't know why she would circle that, because she doesn't know that we know they're staying in the presidential suite, so it must be something to do with the president. So
let's go to Washington.
Of course, just like in Trip Trap versus President. Whatever.
So this fantastically unlikely series of events is happening. Yeah. Back at the hotel, the handcuffed duo are unloaded from the van. No one here cares what you think, Daddy-O. Only what you write, says surprise villain Merv Kilbo.
Oh my God, Merv Kilbo. Skunk and Maurice work for me, Merv Kilbo reveals. Melissa's like, but you helped me.
But that makes no sense, Merv Kilbo. I know.
I know.
Good, isn't it?
He says, oh, yes, I helped you, all right. You helped me tell them right where to go. Now take them upstairs to my pad and get that book finished.
What is this plan? So, they're hustled upstairs via the back staircase so no one sees this kidnapping, even though they're sort of in the street in broad daylight. Yeah. Into Merv Kilbo's pad. It's a 70s sex pad from Austin Powers.
Yeah, an Austin Powers sex room is... Yeah. Melissa is handcuffed to one of those big semicircle plexiglass dangling chairs that they had in the olden times.
Yeah, to have sex in.
Why is Merv making you do this, she asks Skunk. He's not making us, he's helping us, Skunk says. He's going to get my book published like new. Published like new? What
could it mean? Published like Neal.
Oh, right. Okay, fine. Right. I must have just misheard that. Fine.
Yeah, but why?
So Dad is duct taped to the desk.
Yeah, we cut to the teen nappers. They are riding with a pizza delivery guy and eating pizza. They all put on tunes and start rocking out. Good scene.
Having a good time.
In the hotel, Melissa has got out of her handcuffs, and that's unremarked upon.
Yeah.
She hands Dad some notes and then pulls open a curtain revealing concept art of a grand hotel called the Merv. Looks like Merv has big ideas, she says. So do you. Nice edit on this character stuff, says Dad.
Then she pours herself a black coffee. I didn't know you drank coffee, remarks Dad. What's this? He has something else in common with his daughter.
Enjoying coffee. They team up to give Skunk some creative writing advice, like think about what things smell like.
Yeah.
So Skunk comes out with the following. The sparkling palace smelled of gross dirty socks and a short bald man in need of a bath. They both think that's good. That's believable detail, right, Dad? Really good, Skunk. Really, they say.
Really good. They all high five. We like Skunk now. That's what the film is. Okay, remember, yeah. What is happening? Why is it happening?
Why is it happening?
What is supposed to be happening? Yeah. So the what is happening? Yeah. Now Skunk. What is happening? Skunk is saying some bad stuff. What is supposed to be happening?
Skunk is saying some good stuff.
Skunk is saying some good stuff. Why is it happening? So that we the audience know that actually Skunk is redeemable and a nice guy. And also that father and daughter have bonded over their shared passion for
creative writing.
For creative writing. You're pretty amazing, you know that, says Dad, having noticed that his daughter can sub-edit novels and presumably thinking that he can save some money on the next Tripp Zoome.
Outside, the teen nappers turn up in the pizza delivery car.
We get a brief shot of the front desk.
Yeah, we cut to Zoome Con and we see Merv Kilbo getting pelted with stinking fluid for some reason.
Yeah, he takes a face full of yellow goo to the face from rioting con attendees.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Tripp Zoome Con was a multiple-day affair.
A multiple-day affair,
but
yeah, it's still going.
And it seems to be continuing, even though it got like onion gassed and Neal Morris went missing. But fine. Outside, the pizza guy drops off the nerds. He gives them a copy of a Tripp Zoome book to get signed.
Yeah.
So presumably they told the pizza delivery guy that Neal Morris has been kidnapped and they're going to rescue him.
Yeah, and he immediately understood there was no point calling the police because if he did it and they'd already done it, it would be disregarded.
He said, "Oh my God, I'll call the cops," and they said, "Don't bother, we already did." And he said, "Oh no." Then, of course, it will simply be dismissed as a prank.
In the hotel room, Maurice and Dad are asleep. Skunk is in the shower.
A good time to escape.
Yeah, instead of escaping, Melissa starts reading a Tripp Zoome book.
Yeah.
He shows up again, like the Candyman or the Green Goblin mask.
Yeah.
And he says, "Good ideas get great, only if you don't get hurt." Which, it's nothing. That means nothing.
She reveals to herself, but presumably out loud, that she has a plan. And already knows it's a good one because she's getting increasing confidence. It probably sounds, listener, that Andy and I haven't watched the film properly. I worry that you're listening to this thinking Andy and Luke didn't pay attention to this one.
No, they just sort of skipped over stuff and they watched it at 1.5 speed or something.
They're half-assed in this one because when they say the dialogue, it sounds disjointed and like, but no, I promise.
And they're skipping over stuff. They obviously they would have had a scene explaining why Melissa isn't escaping here that they've sort of not mentioned. But no, this is all.
No,
these are the events of the film in the order in which they occur.
Yeah.
The teen nappers now they've got to figure out how to find Melissa. And they sort of think back across the Tripp Zoome books, trying to think of some way that she would get in touch with them. And then suddenly Sheldon says, "The signal of strength, the big climax from Zoom time, boom time. After he gets stuck in the whirlpool of plaque, scum agents take him prisoner, and Tripp creates a signal that leads the cloned rebels to where he is." I've written, WTF are these dentist books? What is cloned rebels?
Cloned rebels.
What?
Tripp Zoome leads an army of cloned rebels.
Whirlpool of plaque.
Oh man. Okay, so they have made it to the presidential suite. This conversation happens.
Yeah, but they're not there obviously because they're in Merv Kilbo's sex pad instead.
Yeah. So that's their thinking. This signal of strength. We cut to the three nerds interrupting some kind of heated Tripp Zoome panel, and they address the crowd. Neal's in trouble, they say, big trouble, and we're going to save him. All of the Zoomers, all the Tripp Zoome fans flood out of the convention hall.
Well, but just before that, we get a bit more Tripp Zoome lore. So apparently Shakespeare makes him break out in hives, and he once went down a vegetable oil-soaked water slide to escape zombies.
Zombies? There are zombies in these ones?
Zombies in these ones?
Oh, man. Okay. We know this because here at the Tripp Zoome Comic-Con, what everyone's watching is basically two children scream at each other at a panel about
Tripp Zoome lore.
About who knows more about Tripp Zoome, which, must be fun. So they all the kids flood out following the three original kidnappers to try and save Neal Morris.
Yeah, they've been mobilised.
Just what I need, Merv Kilbo says. Clever kids.
So we see the kids tooling up for the rescue. Water balloons are grabbed.
Yeah.
Stinking fluid is mixed. Contraptions are built. And kids now just start sort of wandering aimlessly around the streets of Mercury.
Yeah.
Like
a militia.
Looking, but not really. They're sort of patrolling.
Yeah, patrolling. Just sort of being on high alert. This is wild. They're like, oh yeah, the super signal thing. But as far as I can tell, their plan is to wait for a super signal from Melissa and to not actively look for Neal at all.
Yeah.
So the kids turn into this like super soaker militia. They get armed and patrol, and we get these shots of the entire town flooded with dozens of teens. Like every rooftop is bristling with ranged weaponry now, of like improvised stuff that fires tennis balls, but mostly stuff that fires stinking fluid.
Yeah.
Upstairs, meanwhile.
In the hotel room, Melissa's explaining the signal of strength to Dad. It's a good idea and it came from you, she says.
Yeah.
You think it'll work? He says. I still have to figure out how to send the signal, but remember what Tripp says.
What?
If you don't even try, you'll just wonder why.
Yeah, Dad tells her that she said that originally, age 8. She was so smart, he says, so innocent. A writer is only as good as his own experiences, Dad says. When she was born, so was Tripp Zoome. Melissa says, so I'm in your books? Sweetheart, he says, you're everywhere. In the plot, in the humour, you're the heart. You're my heart. You're the reason I write Melissa.
Also, I mean, I'm pretty sure Stephen King never got attacked by a clown in a sewer. You can just make stuff up. It doesn't all come from your own life.
Yeah. Also, the own experience that he's drawing on is he met someone he liked. His child.
It's his own child, yeah.
Yeah. He writes for the fawning adulation of teen readers. It's been so clearly established.
Obvious, yeah.
But the main problem with this is that Melissa tells Dad, I still have to figure out a way to send the signal. She's on, like, the 5th floor of a hotel.
Uh-huh.
Outside, she has seen, and we have seen, that the streets are teeming with mobilised militia teens.
Yeah.
Just lean out the window. Just stand by the window.
If the windows are closed, throw something through the window.
Throw something through the window.
Set off the fire alarm.
Open the window, lean out, and go, hey, we're up here. There it is, the signal of strength. It's her leaning out the window going, we're here, we're up here.
It's outrageous. Merv Kilbo walks in. How's the book coming, he says. Due to the firestorm brewing outside, it better be sooner rather than later. Why do you care what Skunk writes, says Melissa. I don't. I care what your father rewrites, says Merv Kilbo. And now we get his whole real plan.
Yes.
That is good, is laid out.
He only wants this book, he says, so he can sell it as a Neal Morris book. The last Neal Morris book.
Having your father start with Skunk's verbal drool was just a way to get you fools to do the dirty work. Talk about your dumb thug character.
Look, I'm not writing this book for you.
Oh, I think you will, Big Daddy. Because until you do, you won't see your little princess again. Lock the girl in the bathroom.
Mo, okay, look, we didn't sign up for this.
Well, you signed up for something, and that alone is worth 5 years in jail. For you, Maurice. And your little brother. Now do it.
Okay.
Okay.
How
are you going to sell this as a Neal Morris book
without implicating yourself in his murder?
You can't just turn up at, like, Faber and Faber and say, hello, I've got a Stephen King book. And they'll be like, well, you're not Stephen King.
Stephen King? No. You mean the author who recently went missing?
But Stephen King wrote this book.
It was the last one he wrote.
Okay, well, I mean, usually Stephen King books come through Stephen King's agent.
Yeah.
And manager.
But yeah.
No, but this one is different.
Let me just hang on. Let me just call Stephen King's agent. What's that? 2 weeks ago, you say? Went missing mysteriously. Okay. And so you right, so he's not been seen for 2 weeks. And you say that this book was written by Stephen King. Can I ask how you know that? You saw him write it.
I saw it. Where was this recently? Within the last 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. I'm going to call the police and hope that no one.
I already called the police and told them everything I'd done.
If you call the police and tell them the crime is happening,
please call away. It's all part of my plan.
I think I know what happened to Stephen King. I bet.
Here we
just got a call that he was kidnapped by Merv Kilbo.
Yes, that's what happened. You pranksters make me sick.
I hate this film. I hate this film so much.
I hate this film so much. So, okay, there's also the implication that he's going to murder Neal Morris.
Yeah.
Which they don't really go into, but when he says the last
they can't go into
Neal
it
Morris
it's too
book,
dark. The last Neal Morris book.
He doesn't explain what he means by that, or like how he intends to ensure that.
But he must mean, I'll kill Neal Morris.
He must
mean that. Presumably he'll also kill Skunk and Maurice and the 100 children who are witnesses to Neal Morris's last known location.
Also, this is a bad plan. Like, we'll give you an advance on the sales of this Neal Morris book. But there aren't going to be any more.
I can believe that Merv Kilbo can get away with the murder of Neal Morris. I can't then believe that you can do that and somehow profit from a Neal Morris manuscript. that was the last one he wrote. Maybe Merv is going to be like, oh, it's such a shame that Neal Morris went missing and died mysteriously in the desert. He was staying at my hotel, and when I searched his room, I found this manuscript, the last one. Then they'd be like, okay, well, we'll publish that. And Merv would be like, where's my money? And they'll say, well, you don't get any because he wrote it.
Yeah, the flaw, the flaw
How
with
does
this
Merv
plan.
get the money?
The flaw with this plan is that it's contingent on Neal Morris being identified as the author of the work.
Yes.
Not Merv Kilbo.
Oh my God.
This is Get a Clue levels of incoherence.
Yeah.
At this point. What year was Get a Clue?
Get a Clue is the one that it is most like Get a Clue.
Oh, it's 2002, so you can't blame the writer's strike for Get a Clue.
No.
But this is Get a Clue levels of incoherence.
It's as bad as Get a Clue. Okay. So Maurice and Skunk follow orders and do lock Melissa in the bathroom. What would Tripp do? Melissa questions once she's locked in there. She yanks down a shower curtain, then starts filling her pockets with medicine from the bathroom closet.
It's also worth mentioning that in the bathroom, the window is wide open.
Yeah.
There's a shot of her from the exterior of the hotel through the open window of the bathroom.
Yes.
She's 5 stories off the floor.
Yeah.
There are 150 kids in the street below. She could just lean her head out the window.
She could just lean out there and wave at them. They are the town is bristling with children who are actively searching for Melissa.
Yeah, she's trying to come up with a plan. So she's got the shower curtain. She's got items from the medicine cabinet. In the room, Dad is writing furiously. Hurry up, screams Kip Verbo or whatever he's called.
Yeah, Star Wars character Merv Kilbo.
Collectors don't care if it's any good. What? So he's sort of switched to the collector's market now.
Yeah, so now
he's
he's
giving them the money for this.
He's got to sell it on the dark web or something.
He's not going to get published. He's going to have one copy of the last Neal Morris book, which he'll sell for $1 million to a collector. I guess is now his plan.
Wu-Tang record,
like the Wu-Tang Clan album that Martin Shkreli got.
Yeah. In the bathroom, we see that Melissa has used the toiletries to cleverly, like a spy would, draw a big Z on the shower curtain.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought it was an N.
So did I at first.
but I guess Z for Zoom.
And then what she does is she lifts it up to the window so that it can be seen
by anyone hovering 40 feet off the ground.
Well, it can be seen from the ground. In the same way that, for instance, her face or her waving arms could be seen. We get a brief scene of Maurice regretting his actions. He said he just wanted better for Skunk.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go to jail. He would never see his elephant child again. On a rooftop, a kid monitoring wind speed and barometric pressure suddenly looks through his binoculars and sees the signal.
Yeah. Again, she could have just shouted.
Yeah, if he'd looked a moment earlier, he would have seen Melissa or possibly Neal Morris taking a slash or something. Like, I don't know.
Maybe, Skunk showering.
Yeah. So he sounds the alarm and the kids converge. They're all chanting, floss, floss, floss. Then
a camera move shows us that Sheldon is stood 6 feet above the open window that Melissa is in.
Yeah.
So he's on the roof of the hotel.
Yeah.
She's on the top floor of the hotel. They are about 6 feet apart and the window is open.
Then, I can't believe this, Melissa leans out of the window and shouts to the crowd, "Hey guys!" just to let you, the viewer, know that was always 100% an option.
She could have done that at any point.
Yeah, and then the kids are like, "Oh, hey, Melissa. All right, everybody," says Wheeze with a megaphone. "Let's flush them out. That way we control where the flow goes."
You are so Zoom enough, says Tripp Zoome to
it's another
Melissa.
bit of Tripp Zoome being like weirdly sort of toilet-themed.
Toilet and dentistry themed.
Yeah. So the assembled kids fire various paints and stinking fluids up at the hotel room. For some reason, Merv leans out of the window and takes as much of it as possible to the face.
Yeah, they have a
10 minutes.
trebuchet, which is like launching stinking fluid at the hotel.
It's like Merv is trying to collect as much as possible on the surface of his face. He's just sort of out there for 5 minutes, impassively just sort of taking stinking fluids to the face.
Time to make tracks, he says. I'll take him, you two grab Melissa. They all hustle from the room. They take the back stairs. They try to exit onto the street via a stairwell, but like 70 kids are all there with like super soakers.
Yeah, of
Eat
course.
Grape juice, loser, says one.
Of course. I don't know why Merv Kilbo thinks this would work, because like they exit to street level in a building that he knows is surrounded. So they're ambushed and sprayed with stinking fluids.
Yeah.
So then they go back in the hotel. I mean, we should be thankful that they don't go into vans.
They say it's grape juice, but it's very milky, the fluid that's being sprayed onto them.
Yeah, everything got mixed up wrong.
Also, they're just indiscriminately firing stinking goo onto everyone. Melissa and Dad are both
Melissa and Dad
getting
are
drenched in it as well.
equally sort of sprayed. And also, like, the spray, while stinking and unpleasant, isn't, like, functionally slowing Merv Kilbo down or killing him at all.
Or stopping him from killing Neal Morris.
He's not got, like, an HP bar that's chipping down every time they spray him with stinking fluid.
Chip damage from grape juice. So inside, they go back inside. Dad's still in Merv Kilbo's clutches. Melissa starts to run away. She oils the stairs so that Maurice and Skunk fall and injure themselves quite badly.
Yeah. How about a little slip slap trip trap? She says that's what this is. So Maurice and Skunk are in a crunched up bone heap now. The dorks meet her on a stairwell. You got the clue, the signal of strength. Nice. And then she produces some floss, waxed or mint. She says because she is now fully a Tripp Zoome fan, I suppose.
She's become Tripp Zoome.
Yeah. Merv and Dad go out the back way of the hotel. They're going to make a dash for Merv's car.
Yeah, Merv says if they can get to his car, they're home free as long as 1,000 kids aren't on the streets ready to kill me with stinking fluids.
As long as 1,000 kids haven't surrounded this building like I know they have.
Unfortunately for Merv, 1,000 kids have surrounded the building and they run and spray both him and the dad with juice and cheese and eggs.
They are immediately seen by Sheldon, who says, look, there he is. So all the kids hit him with fluids. Possibly you're thinking you're underestimating how much stinking fluid is flying around. Well, here's how much. So,
it's like it's in direct correlation to the amount of writing the film had, the amount of sort of gunge and fluid that's in it.
Yes,
so
it's
take
like
away a bit more writing.
Magically turned into fluid.
Yeah, take away a bit of writing, add a bit more stinking fluid.
Yeah. So eventually their fluid reserves are exhausted and the kids hold fire. Melissa pushes through the crowd. Give it up, Merv. Then Merv makes a break for it and runs down the street. But Maurice and Skunk, who have been tied up with Floss but have sort of made their way down to street level. They see him coming.
Hop around the corner and see this happening.
They do the right thing.
Yeah, they make the right decision. They unravel themselves by spinning in circles and they sort of make a dental floss tripwire across the street. Merv runs into it and then goes flying face first into a big pile of green gunge and fluid that I'm not sure what it is or why it's in the street.
I certainly don't know why it's in the middle of the road. It's, I don't know. It's like a big pile of vegetable mash. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone cheers. Melissa's like, Dad, are you okay? And Dad says that he's the best he's ever been. Okay.
Yeah. So at the hotel, it's Zoome Con again. Everyone applauds Neal. He has 2 mega important announcements. Number 1, as thanks for saving him, everyone here gets a free autographed copy of his next book.
Wow.
And number 2, the announcement of the Zoome Enough prize. He says, knowing about something is good, but putting it into action is something else. And I'm like, oh man, he's going to give his daughter the Zoome Enough prize. This is so nice. Yeah. What a great arc Dad's been on. And then he goes, that's right, Andre, Sheldon and Wheeze, my boys.
He says, give it up for my new friends. Meanwhile, from the back, Melissa is just freely hallucinating.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, Wheeze gets up on the microphone and he says, my parents never knew why I was so into these books, and all I gotta say now is, looks directly to camera, reading rocks.
God. Oh my god.
So Melissa's hallucinating. Tripp Zoome says to her, I may be the who your dad writes about, but you're the why. Remember that. Okay. And then that's that. On stage, Dad reveals he has one more prize to give. He says, my inspiration, the reason I do what I do, my daughter, Melissa. And in slow motion, they embrace. My note, what's the prize?
What's the prize? What
does she get? He does say, doesn't he? I've got one more prize.
He says a prize, yeah.
And then is the prize a hug?
The prize is apparently her father's love.
Yay.
So well done, she won it. The crowd jump to their feet applauding. There's soaring music. Floss, 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 chant the crowd. We see Skunk and Maurice being arrested.
But Skunk notes that Dostoevsky wrote some cool stuff in the Slammer, so they go happily to prison to pursue a writing career from behind bars. Dad and Melissa are cheered out into the street. Some rando nerd begs Dad to stay just one more day. And he says...
How long is this freaking convention?
And he says that he won't. He's going to go. He's going to go on vacation with his daughter because he's the best dad in the world.
Wheeze gives Melissa his number just in case she wants to go out. Okay, she says, just promise me one thing. A normal date, just you and me. No costumes, no dental floss, no cops.
Yeah, no police intervention. No deal, says Wheeze, having had all 3 of his fetishes listed off. And credits.
Dad's car pulls away, floss, 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 chant the kids, and it's the end. Over the credits, we get a redo of splats from the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was very proud of its gunge and fluids.
We get shots from throughout the movie of the cast receiving stinking fluids to the face. It's a super cut of stinking fluids.
Yeah,
it's like
we get some deleted fluids as well. We get Merv Kilbo gets shit on by a bird.
Yeah, that's true.
That wasn't in the main film.
I don't know why it wasn't in the main film, but fine, whatever.
Fine. Then it ends. This movie was an incoherent slog. It so aimless and meandering and pointless and nonsensical.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I hated everything about it. I didn't even like the look of it. I didn't even like the conceit of it. I think the aesthetic it was going for was that kind of Spy Kids...
Jet Jackson
thing, but it is so wide of the mark. It's way too Halloween Town visually and how it looks. It did
one Tripp Zoome cutaway thing where we saw it being acted out and then never did it again. I was expecting them to be throughout the movie.
It's weird that it doesn't do it again because
it is so weird.
They've got the warehouse. They've got that lighting.
Yeah.
They've got Rodolfo, the sort of scarred villain.
They could have been really fun to put those in and to show the rather than just having a kid look at a book and go, oh, a trip trap split splat, let's do that. Show us it in being acted out.
Let's do that.
Well, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah,
show us that happening in the cutaways.
Yeah,
and then that's at least visually interesting and breaks up the movie into these sort of nice chunks, whereas you've just got so much driving around in vans.
I know, and the Tripp Zoome books themselves, so incoherent. So, when we see that cutaway at the beginning, you're like, okay, I get it. It's basically sort of Jet Jackson, Spy Kids. But then it's zombies, water slides, scum...
Yeah,
plaque whirlpools,
clone trooper rebels.
Yeah, it's just it's everything and consequently nothing.
Yeah, I think Get a Clue was better,
and I think Get a Clue at least had
Granville Falco.
Believable NYPD.
Hey, it had City Council member Gary Iker.
Iker. It did have City Councilman Gary Iker. Oh, yeah, if you're a recent-ish listener, then do go back and listen to the Get a Clue episode just for City Councilman Gary Iker.
Gary Iker, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this film was nothing. Merv Kilbo's plan was awful. Everything was awful. Also, the song they play at the beginning by Emily Osment, that sort of upbeat thing, they play that 2 more times in the film. There are 2 more scenes soundtrack to that exact one.
Yeah.
It's
I think I want to stop talking about whatever this movie was called, Dadnapped.
Yes. Can I read you an email, Andy?
Yes, please.
This email, Andy, comes from Andrew in Portland, Oregon.
Hi, Andrew.
Greetings, DCOM enjoyers. I was listening to Luke and Andy absolutely savaging the musical stylings of Phil Marshall during the double-teamed episode and decided to take a deeper dive into his work. In the process of my Phil Marshall education, I came across some real treasure. Ooh. Phil Marshall, of course, I don't need to say, is a composer who works on a lot of DCOMs, most infamously Jumping Ship, where there is a single piece of looping guitar music that drove me insane. Okay. The results of my Googling included a YouTube video called Composer Phil Marshall Stops By with his well-travelled Yamaha S400. The video was recorded in 2022 at Kim's Piano in Stanton, California. In the video, Phil talks about his history of composing with this piano, mentioning DCOMs such as Xenon, Johnny Tsunami, and The 13th Year. And apparently Phil is trying to sell this lovely piano. I was curious to see if it's still on the market, so I went to the Kim's Piano website and I found the still active listing. For the low price of $29,999, you too could own a piece of DCOM history. And I've just checked the link, Andy, and it is still active.
Bing.
A hand-built S-Series Yamaha. It's been used to score and record for multiple movies, television shows, and records. The touch is consistently even and responsive. I mean, it looks like an absolutely beautiful piano, and I'm delighted to say that there is indeed this video of Phil Marshall himself demonstrating how it works. Do you want to hear that?
Yeah, I would.
Phil Marshall's good at piano. That's what that clip taught me.
Yeah, we never said he was bad at the piano.
No, he's good. Don't get me. Phil Marshall, a good and prolific composer. I think it more speaks to the amount of decoms that we've watched that we have like got our ear in for Phil Marshall's distinctive electric guitar heavy style.
Can we introduce a Patreon tier that it's only one available? It's $29,000, and it's the help us buy Phil Marshall's piano.
Phil Marshall piano. I mean, we could, but if anyone had the money to buy that, they could just buy Phil Marshall's.
They could
piano
just buy Phil
themselves.
Marshall's piano. That's true.
It's a good idea, though. Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew, for showing us that. That is absolute treasure. Just imagine, says Andrew, you could touch the very keyboard where the maestro composed the immortal jumping ship theme. Well, I can't do that, but I suppose it would probably be much cheaper to go to Kim's Piano in Stanton, California, and we could probably
just run your hands along the keys.
My hands along the keys.
Yeah.
And then presumably
sort of imbued with a holy energy.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, "Are you interested in buying this?" And I say, "Oh no, I can't afford this piano."
Oh man, but Luke, what if you came back home and you were like, "Right, now time to write my new album," and you sat down at your piano and suddenly all that came out.
Yeah, and Phil Marshall's like, sucker, someone bought the cursed piano.
The curse has been passed on. I can compose normal music again.
At last.
That old witch in the forest is free from your influence.
That witch in the forest definitely appeared to Phil Marshall with a sort of old-timey Celtic fife arrangement of the jumping ship theme.
Yeah, it's like The Ring. The curse gets passed on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you for sending that in, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, if you want to get in touch with the podcast, please do so by emailing mumcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. Thank you so much for all the treasure that you have been sending us. Yeah, we obviously don't have time to read everything because there's so much, but we do read it all and we love it. Andy, people will want to know what decon we're doing next, but I think first they want to know about the Patreon.
Yes.
And the live show. Oh, gosh.
That's right. If you would like more episodes of Mum Can't Cook, we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/extra helpings, where on the off weeks from Mum Can't Cook, you get a bonus podcast of us recapping the Disney Channel TV series So Weird. It's great. It's loads of fun. Some of the plots are more coherent than this movie. Some of them aren't. So check that out at patreon.com/extra helpings. And we're doing a live show very soon on the 31st of July at the Islington Assembly Hall, where Luke and I will be recapping the Andrew Lawrence directed In the Sky heist movie Money Plane, starring all three Lawrence brothers, the wrestler Edge and Kelsey Grammer. If you want to get tickets, go to tinyurl.com/MCC Money Plane.
Don't hang around. Those tickets are moving.
They're moving fast. So if you want to come and see that, get yourself a ticket. It's going to be a really good time. Luke hasn't even seen the movie yet.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I have, and I know that everyone is in for a treat. Right. The next decom we're doing, Luke, is what some incorrectly consider to be the first decom. The first decom was, of course, Under Wraps, but this was a movie that just preceded it and just preceded the division into decoms. It is 1996's Susie Q.
Okay.
I will now read you the description.
All right.
From IMDb, because it's not on Disney Plus, almost as if Disney's ashamed of it. A boy, grieving the recent death of his father, comes to befriend the ghost of a young girl haunting his house, learning that the ghost, nicknamed Susie Q, is still coming to terms with the car crash that took her life in the 1950s.
What?
I'm already laughing. It sounds like I'm going to be absolutely busting up at this one.
What the hell? Yeah, that sounds super, super dark. But... am I seeing here that it does star Amy Jo Johnson, a.k.a.
From
the
Power
original
Rangers.
Pink Power Ranger? Amazing. Okay, brilliant.
And Justin Whalen.
Oh, wow. Okay. And at the time of recording this, I think you may be able to find the whole thing on YouTube. So, yeah, go check it out if you want.
And we will be before Disney notices.
Before Disney notices. And we will be recapping the whole thing in the next episode. Pray for us. So,
Luke, that was Dadnapped. I think we did a pretty good job recapping that. And I've certainly learned to never kidnap any more dads.
Yeah.
Just don't go in the back part of the fan. Because there's some onion gas that I left in there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
don't go and look in there at any point. Because
You know what?
there aren't any more. No more kidnapped dads back there.
No more kidnapped dads back there. Okay. All right. Well, I don't really want to see what's in this van. I tell you what, I'm going to press the button, the automated garage door button. There we go. It's going down. And anyone who is or isn't in the back of that van, I guess, can just die of onion gas peacefully overnight.
Okay. That's fine. Also, just don't expect any more episodes of Commode and Mayo's Take. Although I do have the last ever episode if you're interested in purchasing it.
Andy, it's been another fantastic Tripp Zoome Con, wouldn't you agree?
I think it's just Zoome Con. I don't think it's Tripp Zoome Con.
Isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Who cares?
we were drafted in at the last minute, and I'd not read any of these books.
Well, look, I've got a cheat sheet here. Look, here's all the prize winners. Here's all the little kids who came to Tripp Zoome Con Zoom this year.
Okay.
And they've all won prizes. Here's the cool trip traps that they've been constructing.
I thought it was odd that we got asked to judge the Are You Zoom Enough contest, considering we haven't read the books and stuff. But I guess
and hate the film.
I guess hey everyone, thanks so much for assembling. Everyone's done so well, and I would just like to run down all the winners for the Are You Zoom Enough competition.
Yep.
First up,
let's hear 'em.
We have the team of Andrew the Osteogent, Megan Tors, Business Corgi, Alan St. George, Tilly Everoa, Snowy Owl, and Nurse Jake. They have all apparently rigged a toilet so that when author Neal Morris sits down on it, a jet of gunge goes up his rectum. There's a lot of love for that in the crowd, apparently. That's
great.
Good,
That's
seems.
great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Super good.
Who else has won a prize? Anna Petahova, Will Pohoretsky, Matt S, Raging Angel, Cole Mastro, Ben from Finance, and Kyle Bain. Well done. You've constructed what looks like a normal lawnmower, but when you turn it on, it cuts not grass, but femoral arteries. That's really incredible. Let's try it on Neal Morris right now. Whoa, there goes his blood.
Adam Cuddy Routh, Cropolio, Adam Snig, The Monk, Louise, Lola, our Book Monster, and Chris Pryor. Good work over here. They've replaced all of author Neal Morris's heart medication with super stinky cheese fluid. I'm just sort of scanning the eyes of the attendees here that seems like it's a good thing. Good.
What's this team? Hef, Tim Craven, Michael Olsen, Danny Ward, Adam Steele, Daniel Rogers, and E.T. They've taken inspiration from the Tripp Zoome book, Zoom in Moomin, and they've built a decoy Moomin that looks in every way to be a normal Moomin, but in fact is full of stinking fluids, and when Neal Morris goes to hug it and embrace it, it will explode and scald him.
Very good, very good. Here we have Liz L, Paul Stevens, Blake, Jotham Funclara, Courtney Rail, Duchess, and Tony B. It's a similar idea, but what they've done here is they've replaced Neal Morris's daughter Melissa with a convincing replica made of stinking fluid. When he goes to hug her, he'll be covered.
When he goes to reconcile with her at the end of the film.
She will explode into gunge.
Yeah.
Very good.
And well done, Security James, Paul Stokes, Angel Beat, Paul Murphy 85, Ethan Pearson, Special Lenticular Pornography for Airplanes, and John Sharplin as well. I love this dental-themed trip trap you've got here, the Fluoride of the Valkyries, where you replace Neal Morris's toothpaste with, you guessed it, stinking fluid. And then when he goes to brush his teeth, what goes in his mouth? Stinking fluid.
Very good, very good. Clint Hannah Lopez, Danny Capp, Autumn Holloway, Chase Baker, Morven Butterworth, Lord of the Salt Doctrine, and Philip Stevens. They've tied dental floss around the doorframe of author Neal Morris's house so that when he comes home, he'll trip over and fracture his skull on a door jamb.
Oh, that's clever.
Very, very clever. Yeah, just like in the books. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Just like in the books. Christoph, Rhymadema, Zora Stingray, Moist Drippings, Tad the Sexual Ape, The Best of Rue Left Hours Ago, and Shane Ente. Well done, you. You've converted what look like ordinary childish super soakers into guns that shoot bullets. That's very good. I think if author Neal Morris weren't bleeding out from his door jam injury, he would probably award this first prize.
Yeah, once he regains consciousness. Ros James, Brandon Plesh, Andrea Pallas, Quinn is Teething, Will Thomas, Elizabeth, and Jack Fabian. They appear to have just burned down the house of author Neal Morris. Did that happen in the books?
It must be in one of them. It's probably in one of the appendices.
It's probably from a book, I guess. Well done, everyone. Well done.
It's from the expanded universe, expanded Tripp Zoome universe. Casper, Muriel, Surya Tez, Mike Havana, Smash Savannah, Burger Boys and Girl, Clarky the Bearded Coach Driver, and Prince Reynart. Well done. What an exciting trip trap this is. You've rappelled down a skyscraper with only a length of floss to hold you up. Did it work? Memorial is next Tuesday, it says here.
Okay, next up we have Homemade Mask, Hannah Kirchner, Ash, Jeebus Piers-Jones, Jonathan 420, Simon Gansel, and $50 on the Alligator. They apparently are planning to just pull up in a car next to author Neal Morris and shoot him 16 times with a semi-automatic handgun. So... Good.
Yes, no, it counts
in the book.
It counts as a trip trap. Michael Saul, Jambo number 5, Julian Rundlet, Door Perverts Anonymous, Hypermole, Z-Man, and Crescentia Che. What have you done? You have... I see here that you think it's a bit passé to explode stinking fluids into the faces of librarians, so you've gone after another respected and gentle occupation, doctors. That's good. That's good. This is it's a syringe, but guess what it's filled with?
Stinking fluids.
Yeah,
very good.
You just jam
very
that.
good.
You just jam that right in centre mass and get that into their lungs.
And finally, we have Who Needs to Sleep, Andy Meany, Seish, Cara Dennison, Sarah Maddox, Emily W, Danny Boya, and Nerdazoid (Sean). Their plan is to force Neal Morris to write a book that they will pass off as their own. Except they'll still identify him as the author of the work. Am I reading this right? That doesn't seem to make sense.
You are reading this right, but I'm afraid no, there can't be a prize here. It's too stupid. Sorry.
I mean, I don't care. Prizes for everyone.
Okay, all right. Have a prize. Everyone gets a prize. Honestly, in my day, the prizes used to mean something.
Someone call an ambulance for author Neal Morris. He's been trip-trapped senseless.